Yeah. Oh, yeah, that is hot up. There you go. Starting soon. Poggers, let's go. Poggers in the chat.
Barbecue bacon burger. Barbecue bacon.
Sorry. Dang.
Alrighty
Sorry,
then.
I was in a. I just
That
lost
sounds.
the game.
I'm so hungry. I hate you.
GG.
Jeez. Yeah, I've been drinking today, so I'm a little slow. Coke, it's so good for you. How do you not just get fat as fuck drinking Coke? Or do you? I mean, oh really? Are you like super thin? I fucking hate you, dude. I'm so jealous. I fucking look at food and get fat. No, it's... Oh, okay.
Yo, what's going on, motherfuckers? Hey everyone, Verko here. What's going on, cunts? Welcome. Today we are streaming Farm, as per usual. Gonna be working on the rest of the tunnels, hopefully. I have no idea how long this stream's gonna be, though, because it's 6 AM and I have not slept at all.
What's wrong with you?
This is the things we have to do to make timelines work with continents around the world. What's going on, everyone? Jamie fan page. Oh my god, we have a Jamie fan. Don't know who that is, but let's go. 𝐏𝐸𝐸𝐿, a bit glitch, Joseph.
Hi, Joseph.
But yeah, guys, look, I added fucking zombies into the map. Isn't that crazy? Fucking zombies. TranZit will have Cold War and Modern Warfare weapons. So HDR, for example, yeah. But let's go on to the tunnels, to what we're going to be working on. So do a quick walk around the map in game before we start.
I have a feeling by the time you get this map like close to finish where you're adding weapons, it's gonna be fucking MW2 weapons for sure.
No, like... But will that even have that many new guns?
I have no idea. I'm not planning on buying it. So.
It looks a lot like 2019. Just new maps. From what I've seen. But I do... Like, the campaigns hopefully going to be so good there. So chat, this is the tunnels we did last weekend. We're going to be continuing them. I fixed all the issues regarding Umbra. And also...
Did you stream last weekend?
Yeah.
How did I miss that?
I don't know, bro. Where you been? I added the whole Discord like 20 times. 2 days as well, like Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, I was camping. That's why. I was out of town.
Oh.
I remember now. I was touching grass. I forgot about that.
Yeah, bro. What's that like?
It's great. It's wonderful. Highly recommend.
How long would it take for the map to be finished? That's an excellent question. Thanks for asking it. Could you add the Rampage Inducer? I have no idea how the Rampage Inducer works. I've never fucking used it before. Every time I sit in Cold War, I just don't use it. I don't know what it does. All I know is...
From Cold War?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was something that gas made specifically for his map.
No. Yeah, no.
I'm stupid. Have you played his
Overload? No. I watched Kanto and Logical play it a bunch though.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's fun. It's a good map.
Yeah, I don't really play maps. I don't really like I like to. I can't be fucked playing the game.
I feel like that's a thing with everything in life, is like once you get behind the scenes you stop doing the actual thing.
Yeah. Like I love movies, so if I ever go into like a film production, I reckon I'd just stop watching movies probably.
Just hate movies, probably. Yeah.
Why do you delete the streams after the stream is done? I don't. They all go unlisted by default, and you can access them through the playlists on my channel. So if you go to my channel playlists, streams, you'll see them all there.
Fucking, you saw that Batgirl got canceled? That's Sage.
That was hilarious. Classic Warner Brothers.
Sage.
Bro, did you see the reasoning?
They gave multiple different reasons, and then I heard it's probably just because it fucking sucked. But, like, their official reason was... fuck, what was their official reason? I don't even remember.
Well, I don't know if it was official. I can't remember the source, to be honest, so this could be fucking bullshit, but... from what I know, based off whatever the fuck it was, they did it as a tax expense, as a loss.
Yeah, it's exactly, that's what I saw, is that they got a tax write-off on it and a bunch of other shit.
Hello? My whole... Hello?
Hello, are you good? Your stream crashed.
Yeah, my whole PC just hard froze. Is it back? Are we back?
Yeah, I think we're back, yeah.
Alright, chat, fucking... I had a moment there. Is that 𝐿𝐴𝐼? Oh my god, it's 𝐿𝐴𝐼. Shane Shaw? I actually deleted Shane Shaw from the map as of recently. But chat, exciting stuff. More tunnels. I fucking love making tunnels. Chat, I love making tunnels. We love making tunnels.
Tunnel vision.
How does your PC never blue screen when you compile the map? Because I am not dumb. Yep.
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 Like if my PC ever blue screens, I just look up the issue and solve it. So
Are you here?
that's just how that goes.
Sorry, what?
Oh, I have to turn you up. I was like, why is it so quiet? Gonto.
Hi, Chloe.
Toby Rev Blackfire. That's cool. What are you making?
So fucking
I
loud.
literally
Oh,
have-
you're at 200%. That's why.
I have 𝐿𝐴𝐼 at 200% and I can still not fucking hear
I
it.
know.
What the
I keep
fuck?
telling 𝐿𝐴𝐼 that he's fucking like so quiet, but everyone's like, no,
You guys
it's
always
perfectly
say this
fine.
shit, and then I go into every other call and every other server with like logical as well. He even says I'm perfectly fucking fine and I never have to be at
Yeah.
200%.
Well, now
It's
really
only you.
quiet.
Nah,
It's
No, now
only
it's
you
really-
and then like
it's
one
like
or two other
extremely
people.
quiet.
I'm not having it. You know, I'm gonna put you all the way down to 100%, so I'm gonna.
Hey, chat. Can you hear 𝐿𝐴𝐼? Is 𝐿𝐴𝐼 quiet, chat?
I'm
Can we
not
get a
fucking
over-under on
quiet.
this?
No, I haven't
Logical
boosted.
right now.
I literally have at 200%.
Bro, I
He's
love
still
it.
really
Bro,
quiet.
when 𝐿𝐴𝐼 joins, we just argue about like bullshit, meaningless
Every-
bullshit.
Every fucking time. Let me just turn everybody else down and then turn my main volume up. That'll work.
I wasted $50 like 3 days ago, and I'm upset because like part of that $60 was paying for like super fast shipping, and it's not super fast. It's still in fucking Kentucky.
Bro, the Australian postal service is so fucked. Like almost all the time, if I'm buying something off PC Case Gear, which is an Australian fucking PC store, the express option, which costs more, says the estimate time is a day longer than the standard shipping. And it does. It always takes longer for express. And it costs more. It's fucking stupid. Ozpost, everyone. We love Ozpost. Any Ozpost lovers in the chat? Or how about Stat Track, whatever it's called, which is also just Ozpost with a different name.
Hi, Slothu. Currently catching my first stream. What's up?
Slothu.
Doing a COD Zombies retrospective. I hope it pops off if you do it good. Want to murder this chat? That's awesome.
My fucking amp is dying and I can't hear anything out of my left ear. That's so fucking annoying.
Love to see it. But your amp is dying and... Does it come in and out?
Okay, maybe that works. Yeah, the fucking... Like the plug, I have to like wiggle the plug to hear everything.
No, that's just the fucking connections. That's probably perfectly fine.
Yeah, I need to fix that somehow. Maybe I can replace it.
Whip out the Soto 9. Is it XLR?
No, it's just quarter inch.
You gotta get XLR. It's so good. They're so fucking strong. You could literally like throw it around with it. Then it'd be perfectly fine.
Yeah, I definitely gotta upgrade my sound a little bit, but that costs money. And it's
True.
not easy to have money in California. Because they do fucking everything they can to take it from you.
They do. Everything's so expensive here. It's annoying.
Why don't you guys just leave, lol?
Lol.
Just go somewhere else.
I just got here.
Bruh.
Bruh. The weather. I can't leave this weather. It's perfect.
Pretty hot all the time in the area I'm at. So
Yeah, you're always complaining that it's hot. Always.
Fucking-
Every second of the day.
I'm
It's
like,
not
it's
the
so hot.
temperature, but the person in the room. Fuck.
This is going to be a big piece of wood.
Can you, Verko, can you leave it all like open and shit so people just see dev textures outside and then start to believe that like under farm is
No, these are just the tiles they used.
backrooms?
It's just
I like
tiles with a G
Clash
on it.
Royale. What's wrong with Clash Royale? Smash Royale.
Do they still make videos?
Duffy said hi, Dad.
Epic rap battles of history. Do they still make videos?
Yeah.
I swear to God, it sounds like Virgo is talking through a sock.
No, it doesn't. He sounds fine.
It's just your broken ass aunt, bro.
Archer Queen to level 60. That's pretty cool.
Yo, no way.
I'm gonna look at mine. Wait, I'm gonna look at mine.
No way, it's black.
I'm a Clash of Clanner myself.
What's wrong with black content? What the fuck? You racist?
I'm playing Clash of Clans.
I was
And
watching a
Modern
Minecraft
Warfare
clip
right
and I
now.
just repeated it
think
out
I'm really
loud.
cool.
Kind of Minecraft shit you watching? Hi, bro. What's going on?
I can't. Hey, wait a minute. I can't.
Duffy!
Be racist.
What's going on? I'm working on the tunnels underneath farm.
I just did. What do you mean?
I literally. It's impossible for me to be racist though.
It literally just happened. What the fuck are you on
But
about?
I didn't say
I need
no.
to find a boyfriend
Dude,
that
that's
plays
not
Clash of
fair.
It's fair. It just happened.
No, it didn't.
I'm pretty sure it did.
I can't be racist. I'm literally white.
I'm so confused. My brain
Clans.
hurts.
That was so funny.
You can't be racist if you're white.
Oh, I didn't know.
Didn't you hear the news? Now
No,
we're
I missed-
victims.
I missed that. We're all victims. Yeah.
You sound like you're too close to the mic. Sounds like a sock.
Yeah.
See?
Me?
Yes, you.
I literally fixed
Do
everything.
you still sound like shit in OBS too?
No. I redid it all.
Oh no, you actually do sound better in OBS, but you do still sound really loud.
I turned it down. I'm
Like,
on
you
negative
sound-
8.
You sound, well, you're still a little bit loud.
And I don't see it even hitting red.
Are you eating the mic?
I
No?
don't get it. On my stream when I listen, Virgo sounds like perfect. Like fine.
He sounds fine volume wise, but it sounds as if he's like super loud, but then he turned down post, like later on with gain, so that it like
Um,
it's like he's still too loud, but it's turned down so that it's like blown out but quieter.
I'll fix it next time because my mix amp is very sensitive. I moved the knob. I moved the knob like four fucking plank, like the plank scale, and that was like fucking 4 million% difference.
Yeah, it's so hot. Sorry.
No, it is
So
pretty
hot.
hot. It's right next to the
Not even wrong.
big amp.
Does it feel like loud and like this, but then you turn it down so it doesn't sound that bad?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
That was really funny.
That was the perfect description of what Virgo. See, that's what he sounds like in the Discord call to me too. So
Yeah, that's what he
In
sounds like for
Discord,
me
he
too, and I
sounds
realized I
fine,
had him at
too.
like
I'm
200%, so I had
confused.
to turn him down.
fucking Chloe's over here listening with AirPods or something. She's like, oh yeah, it's fine.
No, it's just the audio's clear on my end.
She's
and,
listening
yeah.
with woman ears. Ew.
She's made out of girl. She's so bad.
She's got cooties.
Will this map eventually cost some money?
Chloe,
No.
Chloe, I'm
Be
kidding.
released on the workshop.
No, I'm offended.
Wasn't kidding, Chloe.
No, Chloe,
Fuck you.
please. Oh.
What a time to be alive.
No,
Yep, it's
stop.
definitely a time. It's one of the times.
Stop, you can't stop it. Wait, what is this?
Tonto, watch
Is this-
me go. Oh, like, watch me.
Oh, I'm watching.
Just be top of the team.
Oh, I'm watching.
But she left.
Why is that guy's name Titty Licker 553? And then why is the Twitch name he shouted out even worse? Somehow.
Let's just screenshot that.
Chat, don't we love
Please
doing
laugh
tunnels?
at us.
I like how-
fucking love tunnels.
I like
Can
how
you tell me
Brick is
what
streaming and we're
inspired
all
these
just
tunnels
watching
today?
Chloe's stream.
Honestly,
No, we
yeah.
are
Can we
this
go over to twitch.tv/?
collectively. So,
Mm,
what inspired these tunnels, Rico? Where are you getting your inspiration from? Are you getting them from cave-like tunnels or mine shaft tunnels?
I'm gonna break down the intricate complexities that came about when it came to coming up with the tunnels, alright? So, there's two entrances on farm that have to connect to a central bunker. And I'm like, in my mind,
Mm-hmm.
how do I connect these
Oh my god.
without just making more generic bunker? I'll put random tunnels here.
I'm trying to focus on what.
Now I'm doing it.
So, question also, Virko. If they're bunkers, then why are they like lined with wood and dirt?
No, this tunnel was here before that.
Oh, so the tunnels existed before the bunkers, but then the bunkers were added in, and the tunnels lead to both bunkers.
You'll
The
see that
bunkers
the
themselves are still-
no the bunkers connect to themselves through their own things, but I'll block off the pretend connection and then break through the wall, the tunnel connection.
Oh. So these farmers were avid participants in the Underground Railroad.
No comment.
As opposed to the above ground railroad. Just put some actual.
Stop making
fucking
buried.
train
Oh my
tracks
bad.
in there. Just like have a complete misunderstanding of what the Underground Railroad was and put some actual train tracks down there.
Wait, yeah, why'd you say no comment? Was the Underground Railroad a bad thing? I didn't think it was it?
It was
Am
a
I
good
saying
thing.
something bad?
It's a
It
fucking
helped
good thing.
free the
I was about to
slaves.
say, why say no comment? Might as well say that's the case. And
It's like
the
fuck those
rewards.
slaves, man.
No comment.
Oh no, not that. Nope. I
Anyways,
withdrew
Radio
from the
past, come here.
conversation now.
Black Ops 3 zombies.
Where is it, bro?
I was just talking to my friend.
Lad,
an
I was
hour
just
ago
talking to my
saying
friend
this
an
guy
hour
was
ago
making
saying
transit,
the
but he
guy was
hasn't
making
posted in a year, and here you are. I'm freaking out.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Was trying to sneak, but the sound of clap of my ass cheeks was too loud. That's what you fucking sounded like.
Wanna be buried? Yep.
The tunnels are left behind from a secret research facility. Yeah? I don't know about you, but I don't know what fucking research facility got that rickety ass old McDonald dirt tunnel with somehow mud, despite the fact that it's in underground.
Yeah, the mud from the moist.
Oh, so moist.
Why didn't you see the water that gets in?
Imagine like your bunkers down here and it's like a clean room and you have to fucking wash your shoes every time you walk to your fucking research facility.
No, you should. The contaminants. Doofus. Go take a UV shower.
I want to be a doofus.
You already are one, Chloe. You don't.
Yeah, I mean you're already there. You got it. Nailed it.
Bane, Virko was doing his best to make sure that he's getting his life together right now before making video game stuff. And then on top of that, now he's also making video game stuff, and that has to take current priority.
Video games
That is
are more
why
important.
he's been relatively inactive when it relates to return to transit. But he is back now, at least for now.
I like what stage put me.
Awesome.
Someone's screaming in their basement. Virgo, no comment.
No comment.
Yes, 𝐿 is working on a video game with his
Significant
other.
other.
with
Damn.
his,
Who's in the call, but
studio,
he's
with
just
his
stepped into
studio
it.
that he co-founded with 𝐿𝐴𝐚𝐬𝐿 known as 𝐬𝐴𝐚𝐬𝐿 Games, but as I like to call it, 𝐬𝐴𝐚𝐬𝐿 Games,
What
Also
I call
known
it too.
as.
also known as
Tarek
𝐬𝐴𝐚𝐬𝐿 Games.
The future.
Yeah,
A very
coaster, but
riveting
if you
experience
fuck up, you just
that
die.
is actively being worked on even as we speak.
Do you have any
Yeah,
goof stories?
Grinder.
Bruh, what even counts as a goof story? I don't know, I don't really fucking speak about my life though.
I got a pretty goofy story. So there was this one time when I was in a car with my dad and my mom and my sister when my family was still like a thing, and I was like a young child, and this was in Texas, and it like snowed for the first time in a while. Actually, it might not have been in Texas. There's black ice and we spun out and almost crashed. It was lit. That was pretty funny.
In Texas, there was black ice?
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me of something.
It's the greatest thing about Texas is like once every 5-ish years or longer, there's like it gets cold enough to snow and shit for like a day, and barely. It's more
Interesting.
slush than snow. But I think it was Texas, unless for some reason we were in Ohio at the time. Like we lived
Hey,
in
I'm
Texas,
from
but we were in
Ohio.
Really?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Leave.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Oh,
Fucking
Virgo, have you ever
grew
been
up-
to Cashies before? Smash Royale.
Cash converters?
Cashies?
Cash converters?
It
Cashews?
just says Cashies. If so,
Yeah,
have
that's short for
any-
cash converters.
Okay, Cashies.
Yeah, I've been to cash converters. If that is what you're saying. Carter Smith is going on. No, I never really bought anything cash from cashies.
This is true. I went into his room while he's sleeping and went. Sorry. I needed a burp and I didn't want to.
Slippery skills, what's going on? Oh.
Hey, Sam, I have to leave because I have to go touch grass. Unfortunately.
Oh no! Don't leave! No, I wanted you to stay. Oh man.
It felt so sincere. Kanto.
Ah,
Happy
shit,
skills.
dude. Ah,
How's it
I really wish you could have stayed. Guys, everyone in chat, can we get a bunch of likes and everyone in chat
Wait, what
saying
happened?
please stay, Ian, so that Ian will stay? Come on, guys. We don't want him
Ian
to
has
go.
to go
Ian?
touch grass.
We don't want
Yeah.
Ian to go.
Oh,
Ian's the
that's
guy
nice.
that kidnapped the chipmunks, guys. We don't want him to
What's that?
leave.
Rest in peace, Ian.
I'm not bullying him. He knows I want to have kissing with him.
How long did it take to learn the tools for map making? About 10,000 hours. Not long. What part of TranZit are you most excited to do?
The tunnel.
The tunnel that we're working on right now. It's really awesome stuff. But fucking your story about the fucking spinning out or whatever reminded me of a goofy ass story. Fucking back on my old joint where I used to live. I used to live in the middle of nowhere, by the way, chat. I used to like literally live in the middle of fucking nowhere, Australia. Like if I wanted to go to the shops to get anything, it's 45-minute drive there, and then there's another 45 minutes to get back. So middle of fucking nowhere, right? One fucking day, right? I'm trying to fucking go to Macca's, right, which is even further away.
Oh.
And the one road that I go down, cops are blocking it off. And mind you, it's been pissing down raining previous days. And because it's middle of nowhere type beat, all the roads are like gravel and mud. And because it's been raining so much, the dirt roads were just straight pure mud, slippery mud. And the only like asphalt left road, or asphalt, I don't know how you fucking say it, to be honest. The cops were blocking it off. Police were full blocking off the only way, and I had to take a detour, right? So like, fine, I have to go down this fucking dirt road, don't I? My car touches this dirt road, instant slide. instant slide. I'm like full sliding, zero traction, and the width of the road is 1 car wide, right? And to the left, there's just a ditch for like where the water's meant to go, because it's the end of a farm, like farm perimeter. So I can't turn around. I definitely can't stop, otherwise I get bogged. I don't want to fucking have someone come out. So I'm like, it can't be that long, this road. I'll just drift it to the end, right? So I'm like fucking accelerating, deaccelerating, fucking sliding left to right. It was actually pretty easy and fun. But I go all the way to the end. I'm expecting to just hit like normal roads after this dirt road. After ages, there's this massive bend I fucking go around. I go all the way to the end. It's just someone's property. I just went down a driveway. So it led me nowhere. And I had to turn around and go back the exact same way I just came. And I didn't get mechas. Because
Guys, this is so sad. Can we get...
it's a really sad
more
story,
like-
Some
guys.
Macs in the chat.
It really
And
hurts.
Well,
Macs
some gifted
does sound like such
memberships.
an Australian thing. That's what I said.
Oh wait, do you not have memberships?
No,
Can we get a couple super chats?
I don't have that either.
Can we get a couple donations?
Let's go.
Did you guys know that if you donate if you donate 1620, apparently it's haha funny weed number except it costs more. What the fuck does that even mean?
It is. It's the same thing as 420.
420, but it's 1620.
It's 4 times 420.
No, 420, because in 24-hour time format, it equals 420 p.m.
Oh, I thought you were saying because 4 times 4 is 16 and then you just added 20 on the end.
Oh, that's funny. I thought that too, Kanto. I didn't even think, because Virgo's obsessed with like a 24-hour time, so.
No, I'm not obsessed with 24-hour time. I'm obsessed with you not ever telling me if it's AM or PM when you just say 7 o'clock.
You should just know. I know your time.
Yeah?
That's what I get pissed off about right now with this
You
one
know I
thing.
do. So, cool.
Also, that was a nice try on that game, Chloe.
Oh my gosh, I forgot I was sharing my screen. I was like, how does he know? That scared me. Huh, let's switch it up. Let's do a little.
You getting a vasectomy because of that joke? Awesome.
Fighting with sticks is the coolest shit ever.
Do you reckon?
Only real men.
Yeah.
It's 1:30. I have to go into Albers. What map is he building? It's
This is the tunnels underneath farm, an expanded area of farm.
Black Ops 3 zombies.
I need to play more custom zombies maps. There's quite a few that I haven't played that are apparently like classics in the community, and I just
Place them
interest them.
together.
So,
I'm so down, bestie. Just let me know when, and I'm almost always down.
I can tomorrow. Oh, I have bowling alley job.
how do the nukes work? You have to play the map to find out that
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
question.
Thursday.
Do you prefer Macca's or Hungry Jack's? Whatever the fuck's closer to me at the current moment in time and would have had the least in the last 6 sessions. I don't really give a fuck. You know, if Hungry Jack's
Okay.
is like right in front of me, and Macca's is a bit further, I'll just get Hungry Jack's.
Damn. What are they asking about with nukes, by the way? They said, how do the nukes work? Are they scripted to the gameplay or some sort of cutscene? What are they talking about?
Don't know. They're just assuming there's gonna be nukes. For whatever reason.
Nukes? Fortress, how did you find out?
How do you guys know about like what happens in the future? Like we haven't gotten there
It's
yet.
not the future.
No, but like in this perspective.
Yeah, it's the past.
Anyways,
TranZit hadn't happened yet. This is before TranZit. This is the past.
Back to the Future.
You don't know that.
You just got recommended this through a Zombies Live. Cool beans. What Zombies Live?
Damn.
You just love nukes, I
don't
guess.
remember
No.
Virgo saying anything about nukes dropping. He just says this happens before Moon happens. Like, just before. But more just before the Nuketown zombies / Moon. So, like, before they're even on the moon. Or maybe they are on the moon. But before they even start doing the Easter egg. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
That's all I remember him saying. I don't remember him saying that there was gonna ever be at any point the missiles hitting. It's been so long.
My shots are so bad. Now I think there's like zero.
It's been a long time since you watched one of my streams. Well, you know. 𝐏𝐸𝐴𝐻𝐸𝐿. Adler? Same day, just hours before. Yeah.
No.
Make the
day
jet
before.
gun have parts and a slower cooldown. And quicker break time. Damn, that's actually genius. I might do that.
Don't misunderstand what
Friends.
Virgo's words just said. He meant it's the day before, not hours before. Because if it was hours before, then it would just be the same exact time as Nuketown zombies. Which isn't the case.
No, where Jay's live. He's playing TranZit right now. And someone mentioned my
No.
remake of TranZit. Yo, no way. That's crazy, bro. Can we get 4 million likes?
He's streaming like quote unquote a better TranZit, but the thumbnail was Overload or some shit.
No. He's playing Magaz's Overload map. Skipped
Yeah,
it by
it's
W.
TranZit, but it's actually good, and the thumbnail is Overload.
He finished, but didn't
Yeah, he's
finish.
streaming Overload.
That's fun.
Hey, did they ever fix the map yet?
I have no idea.
It was still broken for me like 5 days ago.
Wouldn't have a clue.
Why don't instead of having the jet gun, why don't you turn the jet gun into a trap at the bar? You're welcome.
Dude. Dude! That's fucking horrible idea.
What, you don't like the idea of things being vacuumed up into fans?
No, never.
Yeah, honestly, it sounds like a fucking terrible idea.
Like, why would I want to clean?
Especially if it makes it like slightly less gravity, so that you can have like kind of like moon jump inside the trap as it's like sucking the zombies into the fans. You know what I mean? That would be a terrible trap.
I know, that shit would paralyze me.
Yeah.
From cringe. Whoops, I've hid that.
Especially if it was on a map where it was like under a house.
That involved like tunnels, like what I'm making.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello?
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
Logical Podgo!
I didn't even think about that part. Hi, Logical.
The guy himself, Logical Edits.
Today's the last time you'll be able to talk to me for
Why?
That's this week.
For how long?
like 10 days.
Thank God.
Wait,
Uh,
really?
Why?
Wait, really? I
Yeah,
thought
leave
that was
tomorrow.
at the end of the month, like end to end.
It's the 20th.
Does that mean I'm
so,
free
like,
from
the
any and
30th.
all responsibilities?
No.
I'm here.
Fuck.
He's like, if anything, that makes.
Hey Voco, are you still releasing the zones as individual maps like Black Ops 2, or has that gone to wayside due to being busy with other things? No, that's still in the works. Like for Bus Depot, I need to finish Tunnel before I can release it, because you can see it.
I'm just gonna be gone so long. What the heck?
And for
I know.
for
Why
Farm,
are you leaving?
Everyone's missing me. Going to miss
We will.
me.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but like, why are you leaving?
I'm sure
My
someone
friend's
thinks about you.
birthday on
Do we just
Friday.
not watch all the Charlie videos until you're back, or are you gonna watch Charlie videos while you're there?
I don't know. I
was-
wouldn't be.
I was catching up on them today.
I'm trying to be fucked up on Myrtle Beach. At Myrtle Beach.
Yeah,
I
that
mean.
sounds like a
But
plan.
when I get to Colorado, I just want to be fucking non-competent the whole time.
Non-competent. That's the state of mind.
Without drinking, though.
No comment.
I don't need to
Wow.
drink or do
No
drugs.
PC for 10 days.
Yeah, you're just already fucking fucked in the head, Connor.
Stop. Like, wait, do you, like...
Sorry, I meant it.
Hearing you do that
but-
with your fucking voice makes me want to cough.
But yeah, before I can release FUM as a survival map, I need to finish fucking Diner and the Nuke section, because they're both visible to the player from
OC
FUM.
Maryland greater than Myrtle Beach all day. I agree, but my friend had a free package for a resort for 4 nights.
Like that's the
That's
name
how
of the
Myrtle
resort,
Beach.
just
Good job
resort.
Popping off Chloe and then you died.
No, I don't want to say where
I
I'm
know,
going
right?
exactly.
I know, but
Someone in the chat.
you didn't say a resort. You just said for resort. Like that's what it's called.
You didn't say for resort.
Did I?
I swear that's what he said. We got a discount for resort.
Can't argue with that. Yeah, all we had to pay for was our flight, which was $44.
What? $44? That's insane. You would never catch me spending $44.
I know, what a
on flight.
ripoff. What the fuck?
What a scam. Flashback to me, like, always living the worst experiences possible at an airport, because fucking cheap airline go brr.
Hey, Spirit Airlines, it's just 2 hours. Look, you get a lawn chair that's sometimes bolted to the floor.
Stop clowning Spirit. That's what I fly with. Like,
That's
every
what I
single
fly
time
with
they do.
too. It's fucking cheap. And you never have to pay for carry-on bags. They're always like, oh, you have to pay $40 per carry-on. You can suck my left nut. I'm not paying $40 for a carry-on. It's my God-given right as a free American to have a carry-on.
I don't even know what a carry-on is.
It's a,
You carry it onto the
Carry
plane
it
with you.
Onto the plane with you, and then you put it above your head because yeah.
Oh, it's just a bag you have with you?
Yeah,
Like,
but there's a
actual thing of
difference
luggage,
between a
but you can
checked
put it
bag.
above. Yeah,
If
the
it's like a
checked bag's
suitcase,
Wait, it's not
it
checked?
goes under the
It's a
plane.
cargo hold.
Well, sometimes they check it.
Sometimes?
If it's a,
Oh
if
my
it's a
gosh,
checked-
you're
if it's a
so-
checked bag,
Ow.
it goes like in the plane. But
That's
if
where
you,
you-
if you take it with you, there's like the things up top that you put it in. If it's a
Playing with
personal
this
item,
alt
you
girl.
always get a free personal item, and that's just what you can have with you. It can be on your person at all times.
Spirit and Frontier are like low tier, shit tier, fucking garbage tier, fucking the worst of the worst airplane. They don't even give you a free cup of water on the plane. Free drink.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we used to take JetBlue and shit. They had TVs in front of you.
I
You
think
fucking,
American.
would you like a can of soda for free? They don't
Okay.
even give you free peanuts.
Okay.
What was the?
What was that, Lodge?
As a reference to Wolf of Wall Street. Hilde!
Okay.
When he
What
starts
is-
doing drugs
I'm
on the
playing
plane and he
against-
starts.
Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, Lodge, what do you think of Better Call Saul?
Yeah,
How'd you started
it's
watching it? What do you think of
Yeah,
it?
I'm on
Play.
season 3.
Already?
I started 2
Uh,
years ago.
Lodge, you just started it.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
What
I
are you,
finished a
three
season a
on?
day. Better Call Saul.
I haven't started watching it yet. Someone keeps telling me I really need to watch it. And
It's
I
fucking
haven't.
good.
Yeah, I've seen some clips that always seems good.
Well, I
haven't
skipped
got
the
it.
first episode because I already watched it. I like skimmed through it.
It's like, I
skimmed through
skipped the first 2
second
seasons.
episode,
That's why I'm
and
on season
I
3.
don't remember anything after
JoJo
episode
fans
3.
be like, JoJo's really great. You just have to skip the first 3 seasons and then you skim through the next one and then watch that full 5th season and then skim the next one after that. And then once you get to season 6, then it starts getting decent.
Did you start watching it because of Charlie? Because I was looking at Charlie's videos and it just happened to be
Yes,
the
I was
same
waiting
day
for
that-
his
He
review.
was so funny.
Why?
Oh,
No, my friend actually told me to watch it a while ago, and I've been meaning
My
to.
friend.
I need a new show to watch. I
Charlie.
just finished a show. And I was looking
playing-
through shit to watch because I was bored eating ice cream by myself.
Walter, put the jet gun away, Walter.
I'm just actually really lonely, guys.
Hmm?
I'm playing against this all-girl team on Modern Warfare, and I'm just better than all of them, and they suck.
Wait,
I'm
they're all
Oops.
girls?
Yeah, and I'm.
Oh my gosh.
So
Wait,
imperfect.
are they cute?
No, I'm better. So
Oh
so-
man.
I'm a little trip guide. I'm the
Zoe's
tour.
looking-
My friends are all tourists. And I'm the tour guide. You want to hear
Zoe's
what we're
looking-
doing for his birthday on Friday?
Parser, I didn't say that as a fact once ever.
Huh?
I never said as a fact I'm gonna put Vanguard weapons in transit. I said
I
maybe.
remember that. He said that exactly word for word.
No, I always said it's a possibility.
Well,
Before Vanguard came out.
legit dick away at what?
Yeah, he was literally
I'm
like,
not having
guys,
sex with you right now.
Vanguard looks like it's gonna be a really good game, and I really like the way the weapons look, especially the one thing with like it has a trigger on it that you can shoot, and I'm gonna make him for where you put him in transit. And
Yep.
then everyone was like, "Yay!"
All right, you guys want to hear
No,
my
you're right.
itinerary for Friday?
Yes, I do.
All right, it's my friend's birthday on Friday,
Ooh.
so
So birthday
taking him-
celebration.
and we're gonna be in
Happy
Colorado,
birthday.
and so we're going to a '60s diner for breakfast. After that, I'm
That's
taking
cool.
him to. There's 4 of us going, so we're going to a little nature reserve park where it's called the Red Rocks Amphitheater. You can walk around. You have a nice view of Denver. It's in the mountains. After that, take a 45-minute drive to Golden, Colorado, where the Coors Light factory is. We're gonna do the Coors Light. Oh, I have to actually purchase these tickets right now before they sold
Look
out.
at this dude.
We're gonna do a beer tasting. It's $10 a person. You get 3 tall boys. Any flavor of Coors Light you want.
I don't think I drink that one.
What the?
I don't think I like that one.
Coors.
Is that not your mic, Lodge? I mean, Conzo?
It's Zoe. I don't know why she keeps barking as if there's something wrong. Oh my god, who is that? It's okay. It's just my
We're gonna
mom.
do it at
Oh, I thought it was your reflection.
12:10 p.m.
Hang on, I'm gonna go see what she wants. Actually, I'm also.
You're gonna
putting
gang
sugar
stalk me and CO? Yeah, Phoenix. Play the Breaking Bad Zombies map. Was that out?
I
My
downloaded
fucking
that.
keyboard
I
is
haven't played it
dying.
yet.
Is it good? Conto?
No, it's gonna be a shitpost map. It's the fucking it's got the picture.
No, but you haven't played it yet, so is it good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's obviously gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Wait,
All right, so after we go to the Coors Light factory, we're going to this lakeside rooftop bar for lunch,
Ooh, what the heck? That
And they
sounds cool.
have-
I want to see pictures of that.
and they have it's a pour your own.
Chat,
beer
what the
place. They have
fuck?
a whole wall of like 100 different taps. You just pay for a glass, and then you could put in any beer you want. And it's
Whoa.
all Colorado beers, so it's all brewed in Colorado, and they have like 90 different beers. After that, right next to the bar is a little river,
Bruh.
and it's whitewater rafting. So we're gonna go tubing through that.
Why'd you say bruh?
And then
There we go.
afterwards, we're going
Jesus.
to the dispensary. He's already signed up for it, and it's his birthday. He gets a free wax cartridge.
Nice.
What the heck? That's cool. I
And then
want
we're gonna
that.
chill around. And then at 9 p.m. we have a.
I don't know,
penthouse
my stream
rooftop,
overlay broke.
Restaurant reservation at 9 p.m.
Dang, that's like big living right there.
Alrighty.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I just
saw
have
that,
to
Berko. I
have to
saw it
laugh.
go
Someone
starting
said,
soon, and I was just watching it.
someone said this is the moment where Ted became Walter Jr. And it's funny because if you think about it, Ted also doesn't have legs that function. Oh, hi.
I need my wallet.
Scarlet, I am the mystery box. Yeah, do you remember that scene from Breaking Bad where
I want to be a
fucking
mystery box.
Franklin from GTA fucking... What'd you call it? Or was it Trevor? Chad, do you know what I'm talking about?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not Breaking Bad though.
Chase,
No, but Chloe's
what's
grad.
going on? How many hours of work have you?
Buy me a beer while I'm on
Shh,
vacation?
Lodge. No one's buying you a beer while you're on vacation. Oh, I'm not up to that
We
yet.
were talking about the Trevor scene, right? Where fucking
I haven't seen it yet.
scene, but character.
Well, doesn't Jesse like sell meth to someone from the office?
Captain Cook.
that's yes, but that wasn't a scene from Breaking Bad. That was like a skit for the Emmys, where they just had, like,
No, that was real.
one of those shows cross over. What?
Yeah.
No, it was a fucking skit for the Emmys where they pretended like it was an in-universe thing where he sells Creed the fucking meth.
Walter Richtofen.
Walter.
Kid named Finger Easter
Put
egg
your
side
wonder
quest.
walk away, Walter.
Could you do a tour of? Could you do a map to a video?
I can't believe you got me.
Yeah, I'll do an update soon.
Undergun.
That was actually good. Do it again, Kanto.
Jesse. Open the debris. Buy the debris.
Ah! What network owns Breaking Bad?
Hmm?
AMC.
Oh, AMC.
MC's at my house. The copyright claiming me.
I was thinking that. I was like, imagine.
You don't get copyright claim for that song.
Hi, my name is.
Have you completed town yet? I have not even started town. I'm gonna do town last because it's the center point that connects everything. So when that's done, that's like everything's done.
The town reimagined, or is that a different thing?
No, that is that.
That's it. You've brought this upon yourself.
Can you do a Jesse Breaking Bad reference?
Huh?
Can you make an RV?
Can I make an RV?
That's so
Yeah, that have
fucking
like green
funny.
smoke coming out the top of it. Like,
Bro, everyone wants me to add Breaking Bad references. They want a Better Call Saul pint in the map,
Can you just? Can you
I
just
said
put
I
it-
would model a Better Call Saul.
but no one will model it.
I
I'll model it. I'll model it.
Like I don't know anyone that
model
would
it.
just model it for me, and I'm not gonna waste time on that. Unless someone else does it for me, like
Watch
make a
what I'm
model
saying.
for it.
I'll model it.
But there is no
you
one
should
that
just
wants
put
to.
a sign right in front of like one of the barns, and it just says cow house.
Los pollos hermanos.
Los pollos hermanos. I'm not. I am Mexican, everybody, but I don't sound like it. Enough.
The one who knocks.
Los pollos hermanos.
Skylar. Suck my.
Okay, that's like
Breaking.
Batman.
Jesus.
Where's Skylar?
Why did you say that name?
These are
Oh,
hockey
okay.
pants.
Does that name make you laugh?
What's the difference between you and me?
I'm not wearing hockey
Yeah,
pants.
I can't believe fucking Walton is fluent
Let her
Chinese.
go.
What a poetry choice of words.
Don't ever do that voice again.
Wait, what voice? I wasn't hearing.
I didn't hear it.
God.
I didn't have my ears
One
turned
free
on.
pass
Didn't hear
again,
it, what
Lux.
was it?
You get one free pass, let it rip.
Now I'm on the spot. I don't know what to say.
No, do it again. I
Yeah,
didn't
now
hear
you
it.
know how I feel.
Wait, should I alt F10 right now? If you don't do it again, we'll just. It's okay. We'll just replay. it.
7. Put that in the bank.
Man, it's already in a Verco VOD, it's alright.
Just someone clip it on Twitch, YouTube.
Really should do
You're about to say
that. Twitched. He
very different
Our
things.
fucking keyboard ready to be typed now.
What?
It was dead.
What do you like
Let it
microwave
You
it?
know what the- Hold on. You know what the sad thing is? The person Sloth in chat said Verco's making a more original map than Treyarch right now. Which I was about to say, it's ironic because he's just doing a TranZit remake, and then I realized it's still more original than what Treyarch's doing right now.
What do you mean? What's the new map called? In Vanguard?
Something
The Archon. It's the Archon. I am so excited to play that brand new map.
Round base.
No, but it says new or caps on the post about it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, for most players it'll be new because no one played Terra Maledicta, you know?
Like Shino is just the Shino map that's already in the same game. And then the Archon is just the Terra map that's already in the same game again.
How often do you consume? What?
Is that the end of this?
Consume what?
Yeah, consume what?
Consume what?
Chorus
make-
products.
Can you
Zero.
make
Clorox?
sort of the,
All the time.
What the heck are these?
No, that's not what he said at all.
I love Clorox. What do you mean? Favorite Black Ops 3 map? Revelations? Shadows of Evil.
No
He
smoking
does
or
pronounce
vaping
it like
allowed.
that. He pronounces it Shinonuma.
Oh,
Me?
You.
The Archon
Shinonuma.
animations and boss fight are the only thing that they have on
Shinonuma.
that map. But doesn't it not matter? That's the thing. They keep hyping up this fight against Cortifex, but isn't the whole point that Cortifex was already a big bad problem in Cold War, meaning that this prequel whole arc involving fighting Cortifex matters none? Because you already know the outcome.
I would like to book now.
What book you reading?
Here we go. Sampling only. Can I do the Gordon?
No.
Gordon.
I mean, like, obviously it matters, but I meant that the specific thing with, like, how they're hyping up the Cortifex thing.
Sampling only minors. What?
Chat, I say it differently every time. Shinonuma, Shinonuma, like, it just depends how I feel. You know, switch it up a little bit. Something so boring saying everything the same way every time. Look.
Essentially, it doesn't matter, but Chaos Story is back. Woo!
Bro, I can't wait. I can't wait to use the Advanced Warfare Atlas Corporation AIM-1 in
Whoops.
Vanguard. Zombies.
Did you see that fucking Raul Menendez is in fucking Vanguard now?
Why is the AIM-1 in Vanguard?
And Rourke from Ghost.
Because they
Who's your
never
favorite
continued
zombies
Ghosts. I think
YouTuber?
that was the
Berko,
biggest
yeah.
L. The moment I think COD, the official mark of COD falling, was Ghosts. To me, it was a subpar game, which was like already a oh no. But like that campaign, the campaign was actually kind of fi. And it ended on a cliffhanger, with which they immediately canceled to instead make a Titanfall competitor. And Extinction was actually a pretty decent mode. There's a lot they could have improved upon, but that obviously would have been improved upon in their sequel. So that Infinity Ward would have had their own zombies type mode, but instead, everything is zombies now. And the Snoop Dogg voice pack. That's the like Ghost did a lot of great shit while simultaneously being subpar, and then instantly ditched all of it in an effort to just make like the goofiest shit for the next 3 games. You try and tell me a different point of time that marks Call of Duty falling off. Right there, that right there, what happened with Ghost, that's the mark.
Vanguard?
Vanguard is like
No, it's like
already
this.
it falling apart. It's further driving the nail in the coffin, but that nail was already primed and ready there.
So you're saying Ghosts is like when they reach the top of the hill, now they're going downhill, and then like while they're going downhill,
I mean,
Vanguard has like 18 NOS boosters and turbos to go down even faster.
I mean, I wouldn't say that because that would be implying Ghost was the peak of COD, which it's not.
No, it's
More of, like,
definitely the
which
peak of
kinda-
COD. What do you mean?
Kind of like they were scaling the top of the mountain, so they were kind of hitting, or like they kind of hit the peak at like BO2 and then went down a little bit and then spiked back up with COD Ghost, but it wasn't the top. And you know they're chilling there at a relatively flat level when you average it out. So it's this little plateau, and then it just, you know.
And that's all there was to it. That's how you should explain graphs in like
Ghost was
financial
this random
meetings.
Pebble on the floor, where you like tripped when you were at the peak. You were like, oh, let me take a picture of the sky.
Bro, no, you're on a scooter and you encounter like the smallest thing in the fucking road, and it just flips the scooter For whatever reason. Bro, fucking scooters are the worst for that. Tiny ass wheels, like.
It's like how I was with Heelys. There was one time I like completely fucked up my knees.
The only reason why I know what they are is because I just watched the most critical video on it.
Dude, Heelys used to be my shit, and like even when they were a long dead thing, I was still wearing them in like high school. And then I was too poor to afford more, so I haven't worn Heelys since. I still would if I could though. But fucking one of the last few times I wore them, I was walking Zoe, and I was like, man, fuck it, I don't want to walk. So I had Zoe pull me, and we were zooming. Boy, were we zooming until there was a single fucking pebble.
No, you went flying.
With which I went flying and just skid across the road.
Bro, I used to fucking run a BMX with my mate's dog. It's a Siberian Husky. And
BO3 was a
he ran too fast.
BO4 was the downfall? That's a lie.
BO4 was pig zombies and BO2 was the downfall.
I think zombies, there is no definitive peak for zombies, and there is no 100% definitive point where the downfall starts. And I think that is actually a good thing to be said, because it shows how solid of a mode it was in the first place. BO3 had a lot of great shit, but also did a lot of things bad, and could have marked the downfall, such as Blundell being involved. BO2 was also very good in a lot of aspects, but just because BO2 is, in my opinion, the greatest COD game of all time.
Whoa there, buddy.
Zombies was actually that good. I will argue to the death about that. If it averages second place for everything, that it still beats everything else that has like a peak at first, but everything else at 8th. Instantly it wins. For all time.
I feel like I should go... I don't know.
I have vivid memories of fucking... Nah, that's not very good though.
What BO3 did bad was, again, first, Blundell is an argument to be made as not necessarily a step in the right direction, because he opted to do everything safely, therefore making a lot of similarly formulated maps, essentially being almost all Mob of the Dead and Origins derivative and in some combination. I think the closest to that was I think the closest to being unique was Zetsubo in that case. And I mean, look at what everyone thinks of Zetsubo in comparison to the rest of the BO3 maps.
What? That's literally everyone's favorite map.
Really?
Yeah, my delusional fantasy that I just invented.
Oh. I was about to say, like, I know people have recently been trying to call Zetsubo good. And that's fair, because I don't think it was a terrible map.
I do think it's a good map, but I don't know why.
It was good for
it's
the
boring
very
to me.
reason why Blundell wasn't a good thing to do, which was trying to be safe. Like in Zetsubo, they actually tried to do new shit. Hence why it fell off in certain places and why people didn't like it amazingly. But that's the whole reason why it was good. TranZit sucked dick, but at least they tried to expand in some way. Die Rise was shit, but at least they tried to do shit in certain
Whoa. Chat, you hearing this right now?
If it weren't for Zelensky and like the entire team of zombies that even made zombies and their whole love for basically trying to do whatever the fuck they wanted and trying to do like actual evolution to the mode, we wouldn't have had things like Moon. We wouldn't have had like 90% of the zombies mode. We wouldn't have been allowed the opportunity to even see Mob of the Dead happen, even though that was Blundell's leading. We would have had none of that. But BO3, all the maps are very similar formula, because Blundell wanted to be safe rather than evolve. And what happened was, well, I mean, we had really, really, really good maps, or at least not good, but consistent, good quality maps, even if they weren't the greatest.
Any barriers in this tunnel? There are these. So zombies will come from this way. And you have zombies coming from this way. And then you have the entrance to the bunker there. Entrance to a bunker there. And entrance to a bunker there where players and zombies can come through. So no, like, repairable barriers.
Tell your friend if he and I can make out to chill out for a bit. I really need... Kanto, you have a potential person.
Did you see what I did last night?
Oh, okay. Yeah, dude, we can get.
Who you asking?
I actually love Zetsubo.
Said you
I mean, yeah,
fucking-
people love Zetsubo. Like I said, I enjoyed it a bit. I wouldn't say it was a great map, but I would say I at least enjoyed it for its attempts at what it did try to do.
I haven't
Like-
seen anything Lodge recently.
I'm gonna share my screen.
Hot.
Well, I've only got 4 monitors Lodge. I can't fucking look.
Bruh. And BO4 could be proof for the Blundell thing I was saying. BO4 was when they tried to do
I can't
different
share
shit with
screen
the
in this
mode.
VC.
The one time
You
the
can't.
had to be unique.
Everyone else can.
Why?
Because you a little pussy bitch. It's not stuff, but is now because I'm giving it to you.
Ooh.
Once I can read my screen correctly. Where is stuff? Hello? I
Can
see
I do
it. I've done it. There you go, Lodge.
No, no, I've done
Nah,
it. There you go, Lodge. There
Nah,
you go.
nah.
Yo, I'm jealous of my friends, bro. They're in fucking Outer Banks right now. They got like a fucking $1 million mansion on the beach.
Dang.
Damn, that's crazy. My friend has like a
I'm
$2
dog sitting at my friend's big mansion today.
milk
I'm
crate.
excited.
Oh, logical. Did you end up making any attempts to what was discussed?
No. I said I'll do it when I come back from vacation.
Oh, that's right. I couldn't remember if you said that or not. I couldn't remember if you said we were gonna try before or after.
I want to see logical stream, but I have to go now. So I go get ready. So Virgo, I hope your stream goes.
You're cutting out.
Why is
Chloe,
there a
hello?
whole- Look,
Hello?
it says log in private. Why is there a whole chat for me?
What?
Shut the fuck up.
What do you mean?
Chloe, please don't go.
You're a fucking idiot. I hate you. Alright, chat, if
funny,
you've
what-
not joined the Discord, join the Discord. My
Yeah, join it.
thing's broken. I don't know if this is gonna
Yo,
work.
if you guys do Discord in the chat, you won't get the link, but it would be kind of cool if you did. But the Discord link is discord.gg/
Yeah.
got the rest of the fucking numbers and letters.
Damn straight it is.
Let me. Do I have to make
Never.
an invite link, or is there one in like the rules channel?
I've got it in the chat.
I was looking for that too. I couldn't. find
Virgo,
it.
you fucking suck at Discord.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know what I
suck
should
more.
do.
Remember
See,
when
I
I
can't even
accidentally
see the
made a
invite
bunch of
links.
different links
I
because
can't
I didn't
even
know?
see the invite links, Virgo. Where the fuck is the invite link?
It's in
I
chat.
just don't need it.
You dumb bitch.
It's in chat.
Where's the fucking link? What chat?
It's in chat.
Oh
What
shit.
chat?
Guys, the link is ://discord.gg/capital H,
Goodbye.
capital J, lowercase. No, don't go, Chloe.
I swear that's not what it is.
I can't believe she left me.
Log.
She left us.
No.
Alright, hold on. I need to go outside.
What?
Well, in Unreal.
Oh. I was gonna say.
I need to go outside, he says.
Touch grass in Minecraft.
Are you watching?
I'm not.
Yeah, show me. What did you do? I don't think I've seen this yet either, have I?
No, I did this yesterday. I worked on this all
Hot,
day.
kissable, suckable.
Chat. Type 1 if you like tunnels.
Yeah, motherfucking damn.
There's a barrier
Yeah.
over here.
I hope I see no ones. You've been vanished from the Discord. Have you?
There's another barrier.
Excited to see how the avocado will work on this map. Wait until you see all the fruits. Clicks is at school and doesn't have time to continue Nuketown and ZE mod. What are we gonna do? I don't know. Maybe find someone else to do it, like Zero or RDV.
I didn't do much in this room, but this is a barrier, and there's gonna be like a statue here. Same thing on this side.
Oh man, you know what this reminds me of? You ever play Wizard 101?
Oh no.
It looks like Kronkotopia. Have you ever seen Kronkotopia? In Wizard 101?
Oh
Kronkotopia
no.
Wizard 101 is the craziest shit in the world, dude. There's like a bunch of
Thoughts on
sand
this room?
pyramids and shit, and it's really fucking awesome. I think that looks awesome, dude. That's like, there's like lights and shit. That's fucking sick.
Fuck off, Dorian Patch.
But like you know how in Wizard 101, where they're like inside the pyramid in Kronkotopia, and you go in there, and there's like a whole Coliseum and shit too, where you like fight bosses.
Baja Blasts?
Baja Blast. But you fight and where like I personally I play Ice Wizard often. I've been playing on an Ice Wizard and when I'm in Kronkotopia there's like
Bro.
and it we're like and then in like with the sand and the
Oh, look at this side. Another barrier.
damn.
Lux Operator. Austin Potter.
Same on
I have a
this side.
question, Logical. I raised my
You would have been improved into the
Why
Discord.
is
Well, you gotta
looking
wait.
at that?
Jackson
Well,
Crosley.
this isn't the final
What's going on?
statue, but there's gonna be something here.
Oh,
Yo, stage, just up.
Just haven't made the asset yet.
Cool.
Same thing for over here. Like these lights are like pointing at.
Nothing.
Child, there's way too many ones in the chat right now.
Cool.
That is not okay.
I also did this room.
Uh-huh.
Got a barrier here. I actually
That
pushed
looks
it in a
nice.
little
That
bit.
looks nice. Mm-hmm.
This is the hallway that I didn't know what to do with.
Wood.
But now
Uh-huh.
we have a barrier here,
So much wood.
and then I just left the sides down here blank because that's not what they really do. But then I extended this right here. Ooh.
Damn.
And that's all I did. So this
Stick
is all
my dick
done
in a slushy.
except for this room, which is redacted because redacted isn't finished yet, and I want this to be a part of the story.
Exactly, Stage. Stage is onto it. If we're on Patreon, can we play the beta and record it? You can't upload it publicly. Well, you can. Nothing's gonna stop you other than me going, please, man, don't.
What are you talking about? You're like reading chats that don't exist. What are you saying?
Quentin asked if we are on Patreon, can we play the beta map and record it?
Oh, I see. Yeah, you can record it. You have my permission.
So this map is now finished
Just
on the
kidding.
macro level.
No, that's a lie.
I have 6 macros on my keyboard.
That's a lie, Logical, and you know it.
Thought you should
There's
know.
a lot of kidney stones there.
Oh, I get it.
You got
I
some
like what I
kidney stones there and a room missing.
Where's the kidney stone? This?
Logical. Berko, can you help me out here? Do you get what I'm saying?
He's making a joke.
No, it's not. What?
Issues?
I don't think Verko knows what I'm talking about.
You know, like the like the macros in your food.
No. No, you have think logical. Think.
Oh, I
Think
get
about-
it.
think
No, I
about
get
what
it
I'm
now.
saying when I'm saying kidney stones, right? Where I'm saying you have kidney stones all over the place.
What, rocks
Right?
on the floor?
No. You're getting closer. You're getting closer, but you're missing on a specific color involved and a specific lack of floor, and rather like maybe in walls and on the ceiling and inside and outside places, and you know, like have you ever played Minecraft, Logical?
Oh wait, this thing?
You know how when you mine for redstone, but like what if the redstone was orange?
Oh. No, that's a later thing. That's not a major thing right now.
Then don't you dare ever speak to me again about that in a manner where you're like, oh, this is gonna be a lot of work and I don't want to do it and I'm too lazy and I never want to hear that shit again.
I'm gonna make 14
I will
of these,
clip that
now you
exact
said
moment.
something.
What?
I'm gonna make 14 of these now.
Bayako, what's going on? I am still alive, yeah. You're waiting for Noah J to play this map. We'll be able to play it once it comes out.
I thought you were saying like the lights look too much like piss.
No way, that's what you thought we was going with.
He said it
Marco,
looks
you
like
didn't know what I was
kidney
on
stone.
about.
Bro, no, you're on the macro content of food affecting your kidneys, giving you kidney failure or whatever.
You know what? Never mind. Verko was on the right track.
Well, I've been right all along.
I forgot Verko wasn't in the call when I was talking about that with you.
Slowthrough, what's up? Why the soiled horse shit as walls and a ceiling though? And not something like concrete, is there a reason? That is...
Yeah, it's actually the Underground Railroad.
No comment.
Again, I don't see why you say no comment.
No
That would
comment.
be perfect to say if it's the Underground Railroad. Like, it's
There's
someone
just
that
no comment.
participated in the Underground Railroad as a stop, but like it was 3 or 4 generations ago. And by 3 or 4, I mean like 8, because this is in 2025 now. Actually, this is in 2025.
2025 is only in 5 years.
You're an idiot named Fred. That's a lie.
Wait, no, 2025 was only 3 years.
Yeah, that was like 3 years ago, you fucking idiot.
No, I said only 3 years away, not ago. What?
No, it was 3 years ago. Yeah, can you believe 1990
It's
was
not even 3,
30
it's like
years
2,
ago?
It's like 2 in a couple months.
2 and a
What's
couple
weird-
months. Do you know
What-
maths?
Yeah,
Maps?
like, without joking, I was talking to Noel last night in the car, and I was like, "Yeah, I've known Josh for like, not Josh. I've known my friends that lived across the street from me for 20 years.
Yeah.
I've known someone for 20 years already."
Yeah, so have I. It's called my parents.
Well, that made me feel old, bro. Like I'm turning 24 this year. Like I'm close. To
Oh, you're
my
ancient,
you're a
bro.
little- you're a boomer. You're a.
Everyone
you're a-
laugh at logical for being
I'm
an old
closer
ass
to 30
motherfucker.
than I was graduating high school. Now.
You're 24. That doesn't make sense. Oh, then you were graduating high school.
You're not closer yet.
I graduated high school in 2016. That was 6 years ago.
Yeah, but you're also 6 years away from 30,
Oh fuck, you're right.
and you're not 24 yet, right?
No, I turned 24. No,
So that's.
I thought you were 24 now.
You'll be 6 years away.
No, I'm 23.
So
You're young as fuck, you
close to
idiots. Man's acting out here like he's fucking 50, bro.
Oh, that's so old.
The world quickly passes me by. I'm waiting for the bus.
If I was like a normal child, like
If you're a normal child, yeah, definitely not normal.
yeah, I know. I would have graduated college with a bachelor's degree 2 years ago.
Get around, kiddies. Let me tell you a story about how I used to play this fun game franchise called Call of Duty.
I remember when COD was a franchise.
We used to throw around racial slurs at the Every
need to
time
go
they
to
would
the
make
base
fun of
for
our
that.
quick scoping skills or the lack of them, we would shit talk all day.
How many verts do you think this pizza model has?
When the human is supposed to live 120 years. What? No, we're meant to live like 74, isn't it? Isn't that literally the average life expectancy? 74?
Something like that.
You know
Where do you get 120 from?
8 billion population, like
That's
any day
because
now.
that's because the oldest person alive is like got to 120 or some shit like that.
Oh,
There's
well,
not,
therefore
like,
every human
like,
is.
there's a couple outliers to the fucking human age, and suddenly we
There's
live
like-
to 120.
There's like 20 billion people that died at that, but like 9
This is
people.
120. Oh boy, wait a couple more years, buddy. I'm about to show you how you're fucking wrong.
Why, are you gonna become 122 in 2 years?
No. No, I'll be for like a many years. Like, what? How many years is that? We gotta wait like 100 more years, fellas.
Me. Hey, everyone. Alright, chat, this is my T junction. Spiral.
That doesn't look like a T.
It's more of a. So, anyways, chat. Do I fucking hate? I fucking hate milk. Alright? Milk. Fucking milk. Okay?
I fucking hate milk.
Milk is bullshit. It's bullshit. It doesn't last long enough for me to use it all. And there's so many... Bro, there's such little things I use milk for. And I can't buy it in smaller quantities. I have to get at least 1 liter.
Bro, like, how the fuck do they know?
If I want to get milk...
We are. What is
You
this?
can't tell me.
We are
you
32 million people away from reaching 8 billion world population.
You can't fucking tell me that they're not putting microchips in our bodies.
They're putting
from the
microchips in
vaccine.
the bodies from the vaccine.
You can't tell me that they're not doing that.
They're not
when
doing
we're
that.
Literally looking at a website that's showing the world population and it's like real time actively updating
Well, it's
in
just based
response
off
to births
statistics.
and deaths. Like,
Yeah,
you can't
Carlos
tell
being
me
really
that,
serious here,
dude.
Lodge.
How the fuck, like, how the, like, how the fuck, there's no other way for them to know whether or not
There's
they're
no other
alive
way.
or dead right now, unless they were.
I mean, we
putting
probably are at 8
chips in
billion,
our
like,
bodies.
unrecorded.
It's some bullshit. This is why you guys shouldn't get vaccinated. I'm not vaccinated and I'm proud. Cause I'm not a slave to the government.
I can't believe some people like actually have that mentality.
I know.
I'm vehemently against mandating it.
Yeah, I don't think it should be like government mandated, but like at the same time, if you don't take it and there's like not a real reason for you to not be taking it or like not get one, that's kind of a silly and goofy thing. Ultimately, it's still their choice, but it's kind of silly and goofy if you fucking don't and having a reason not to.
It just becomes a selfish mentality point at that, like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not gonna get sick. I'm never gonna get it. All right,
Like,
well, the
unironically,
fucking 80-year-old woman who has 13 different health conditions who could get it from you, even though you're not sick, dies because
Yeah.
of you.
Like, unironically, I still actually haven't yet, but that was because up until literally like a couple weeks ago, I would never leave my fucking house, so I didn't really need to get one at any point.
I only had
Like-
to get it because, well, I wanted to get it because I didn't want to get sick after having it fucking twice,
Oh yeah.
but I had to get it for school.
Yeah. Yeah, like I would literally be locked in at home. Like I wouldn't even fucking go grocery shopping and shit because I would just have my shit ordered because up until recently I didn't even have transportation. So I was pretty much always at home, so I had there was no reason for me to get it at any point yet. I might soon though, like especially when I move to Austin, I might.
I only got it
Just
because...
get the mega vaccine, where it's like all the doses in one mega vaccine.
Okay. I only got it because to do literally anything in Melbourne for a while, you had to have proof of vaccination, and I cheesed it for a long time where you just say you had it. But then they came out with the Medicare app in Australia with a digital certificate that they have to check, and I was like, no way I could get around that.
Yeah,
So
they were checking
I had to get that vaccine, you know. But like, the vaccine only helps by
Tunnels
like
for Underfarm, by the
20%.
way, Federico. Or
And spread.
Federico.
You know what's crazy though? They actually lifted the ban for masks on airplanes, which is lit.
Yeah. I don't really have a comment on that type of shit. Like, it seems like at this point, no one really gives a shit anymore.
Yeah,
Which
but now
I don't know.
monkeypox is a thing.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can't wait for that, man. That's gonna be so fun.
Nah, dude, it's fine.
It's so much worse than COVID.
Listen, man, all I'm saying is, I'm not really a conspiracy theorist, and I hate to be that guy, but it's awfully convenient that just as soon as everyone stops giving a shit about one thing, suddenly, there's this new one. I don't know, man. I think they just want to put chips in our bodies so that they can track the life and death to update that website.
That's the only reason. That's the only incentive.
The only thing. Like, they're
Just for
putting
that
chips
website.
in our bodies
So they could put ads on it.
That one website. Exactly.
So 𝐿 gets it.
One of these days, someone's gonna find this shit and take it out of context.
I know.
It's gonna be.
I can't wait until that's a Twitter thread.
Nah, dude, I'm uncancelable. I'm invincible. You know why? Because
Like how no one asked.
the reason why is because French guy on TV said he didn't get vaccinated. He got all medicines. He chilled up while others got vaccinated 3 times. What the fuck are you talking about?
What does that even mean?
Kim West.
Bro, when I got my second vaccine, that shit fucking obliterated me. I slept. I literally slept for 25 hours. I had a motherfucker over at my fucking house. Right?
Yeah.
He comes over. I'm like, fuck, I'm cunted cunt. I'm gonna fucking sleep for a bit. I wake up, right? It's only been an hour to me, right? So I go to bed like 10 p.m. It's now 11 p.m. I wake up. I walk out. Everyone's gone. My apartment's empty. I'm like, the fuck? Why they fucking just leave like without telling me? It wasn't 1 hour later. It was a day and 1 hour later. I have like fucking 20 million missed fucking messages and shit. That second Pfizer fucked me in the head. I slept for I can't believe I slept for 25 hours. Yeah, well now I have fucking blood pressure issues too probably.
All I've heard is people saying like having negative experiences with it, and then there's like actual recorded data of like awful side effects that both like short and long term from the vaccine.
Moderna gang, no side effects.
So it's like that's the other reason why I've been hesitant recently. But like I said, when I move to Austin, depending on what's going on and shit, I'll probably get it. Like as long as I'm not in a situation where I'm around people a lot and shit, or feel like I'll be at risk or putting others at risk, I'm just not gonna get it.
I'd rather like be trapped inside than get a vaccine.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far.
That's literally what I would prefer.
TranZit a part of this map.
What? No, it isn't actually.
Yeah, these are tunnels under farm that Verko is adding.
This is an
Not part of
addition.
the original farm or TranZit. This is new. But this is gonna be under farm.
With the big guns in TranZit,
Big guns in
no.
TranZit? No. There's only going to be a jet gun vacuum trap.
And it's the new Dawson one.
Yeah, so Verko got rid of the mystery box, but this time he was also like, I don't like wall weapons, so he got rid of wall weapons, so you can't get guns.
Yep.
Area 2.0.
Chat when they see dirt. Yo, buried?
See, I don't know if this is where you're going with it, Verko, but I like the idea of instead of like fully detailing the parts of TranZit that like lacked in detail because of size or whatever, instead making each individual location more detailed so that they're actually like places of importance to go to.
Yeah.
There was never a fucking reason to go into farm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Except for,
everywhere will have things to do.
Power station was literally designed to go in and then insta leave after turning it on. So much so that they made it to where the only way you can get Pack-a-Punch is by powering a door that somehow isn't powered by the power station, but instead a random panel that needs to be powered, that again isn't powered by anything in the actual power station and needs an outside source of power for you to go all the way across and have that door open.
No 𝐿𝐴𝐶 𝐴 Yo, Kino? Now that's motherfuckers when they see 2 staircases next to each other. But do you see the... Oh my god. The same shit used to exist in Cisco mapping, actually. Fucking... There was this long period of time where fucking, like... Everything I made, everyone said was cash. Because, like, I'll put a door on the map. Yo, cash? That's a fucking door! Just because Cash has a door as well. Like, it's not Cash, bro. I miss Cisco mapping. That was crazy.
I wasn't forgetting about Tombstone, but it's like, I never used Tombstone, but yeah, some people did use Tombstone. Even
So you get
though,
6
it's still
perks.
the same thing. You go in to instantly go out, and even then, Tombstone is at the exit point of Power Station. You drop in a Power Station, you can't leave without physically just full sprinting through it, just to drop out and then not be able to go back in that same way. Like, it was literally designed for like go in there once to flip a switch, or Tombstone, or if at any point you want to access Pack-a-Punch, you have to go to this area that would otherwise be completely pointless to ever come back to. So therefore, we gave it a purpose by making the worst possible way to access Pack-a-Punch.
Yep, that's why I'm changing it.
Even though it also logically makes no fucking sense. That's the thing that's still fucking baffling to me. It's a whole ass power facility powered by the fucking Avogadro, essentially. And yet somehow this one
You know,
random
goofy
door
air
in
turbine.
has its own completely different thing to accept power from, which is still located
Ah.
at the power station, but not powered by the power station.
Right. This is what we use mod for, chat.
And then town was like the only real good location, but then in order to balance out the fact that that would be the only place in the entire fucking map you'd need to be, they were like, let's just get rid of wall buys. Go fuck yourself. If you want something, go somewhere else. Like,
Where do you even, like, where do
nothing
people
that
even
sucks
go
for
in
all
transit?
locations. Town has like 3 different training areas, so people can chill in town. If you're doing the high rounding shit with like co-op and jet gun and shit, you have to be at the front of farm without the door being bought.
No, it'd be interesting
like,
to see how
kind
high
of
rounds work on this version.
And then power station, I don't think anyone ever fucking goes to again, aside from turning on power and then activating Pack-a-Punch. And bus depot, very similar thing, because unlike every other spot, bus depot literally has nothing to go back for aside from quick revive. Like, that's the thing that sucks with each location in transit, is like all of them could have been perfectly fine areas, but because probably due to time constraints, every location had like a huge flaw that made it to where there was no reason to be there. They instead basically made it to where every single location needed to have a reason to not be there, so that you were forced to go somewhere else. Like, town is great and cool and all, but if at any point you need ammo or anything else like that, unless the box is there, good fucking luck. You have to go to fucking every other location to find a box or wall buy. You're at the diner, that's cute. All there is the box and like 2 wall buys.
Yeah. Well, now there'll be a bunker at every location, plus more areas, plus at least 2 perks.
Oh, you guys want power on in the map? Oh, book it to the fucking power station just to run through, flip the switch once, and never go back. Except go fuck yourself. You want to Pack-a-Punch shit? Go back to town, open up a fucking bank area, leave town, go back to the power station, use a turbine that you have to go back to the bus depot for if you don't already have one, just so you can go to the power station and power up a random fucking panel, just to go all the way across the map again, just to go to town, just to use the Pack-a-Punch. Just for you to stay in town, because there's no reason to go anywhere else at any point, unless you need to get one other random stupid fucking thing.
Well, thankfully now, you would just need to go to every bunker in the entire map and flip this A switch. And perhaps permanently open.
I think if you had like the classified teleporters, I don't know if that's what you're doing or not. I know you're doing the teleporter thing, but like,
Yeah, there'll be telepads like Alpha Omega. You build 2 telepads and place them in 2 spots. Wherever
I
you
was
want.
thinking it'd probably be better just to do the classified ones where it cycles through like a couple models, so that you can just guarantee going to a place, but you don't have to like book it to 2 different sides of the maps each time you want to swap it.
No, because then it kind of makes the bus irrelevant.
I mean, yeah and no. Because if you're not
I like the
bad at
idea of, like-
designing shit, the map should still have other things that need to be accessible without teleporting.
Setting up. You found a solution for towns like a wall guns? Yo. What could that possibly be?
Putting fucking wall guns in there.
No, that's not it. He's got someone else in mind.
Also, it didn't make it any better that there was never any traps in TranZit. Because they, you had the...
This is where he plugs the Dyson back in.
Which, again, that's not really an issue with TranZit or anything. Like, it again, at that point, is 100% just down to time constraints and all that shit. They just couldn't do everything they wanted to do. It was very clear they had a lot of good ideas, and then they just couldn't fully implement them, and or had to completely cut shit out, which made the implemented ideas seem awful. Like, buildables, in theory, were a great thing. And all the individual part systems was a great thing. Not being able to hold more than one part was not it. Not being able to hold more than one thing was not it. Which eventually gets changed in BO3. But at the same time, because again, Blundell go burr, and wanting consistency and safety with map quality and all that shit, that whole storage and inventory system, it's pretty much really underutilized. It's always just pick up a couple parts, build a shield, and then you got the shield at all times accessible at a location. And then the occasional Ragnarok, but again, that's just build a specialist weapon. If you even have to build it, some maps you don't even have to. They upgraded the system, but then made it to where it was completely pointless to have in there in the first place.
I never liked searching for parts in BO3.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind the searching for parts, because obviously, it's a annoying thing, especially for a first-time experience in a map, but at the same time, I feel like it's kind of part of the fun. Like, if there's not all these random little distractions, even if sometimes they're somewhat tedious, like, you're essentially just going to be running around in a circle even from round 1 at that point. If you have no mini objectives to go after up until you're fully set up by like round 30ish to just high round, then like I think that kind of kills the experience. I think it's like a necessary evil type beat.
Gonna build lights.
But having randomized locations, or not randomized, but having like 3 different locations for each of the parts, I think was a little bit.
I mean, like, most of the time the parts aren't like logical. Like in TranZit, the corridor part to the shield is by the mechanic area where the car doors would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas Black Ops 3 is like random lion head that anywhere in the map. Like there's no like, it's not like, oh, let's go look in the scrap yard for like the scrap metal.
Yeah. Which again is why I always say like the Blundell thing is like the trade-off with wanting all that consistency and shit is you get 2 step backs and you get 2 step backs. You get 2 steps back. Holy shit! You get 2 steps back in places that actually made progress. For like 1 step forward that is often meaningless. Like again, the buildables and inventory and shit. They put a step forward upgrading it, but they made it completely pointless to ever do. And then with what you said with the parts, which puts 2 steps back.
So through
Parts that were already progress.
in the dark parts, the flashlight automatically will turn on.
Yart. And it's like that was the big trade-off. It's like at all time, like the shield is consistently the exact same looking the entire time, and the shield was a good mechanic, but it doesn't work with the concept of BO3 because BO2 was all based around civilians trying to survive in an apocalyptic world where nukes from the moon hit it. And it's like, oh man, that's crazy, and like the shield parts are being built from literal scrap around the map and shit. Whereas in BO3, it wanted to take that same mechanic and keep it there for consistency's sake because it was a good mechanic, but then doesn't consider how it's going to be implemented in every map in the future, especially when it's aesthetically looking like a fucking 1950s object, because its introductory map was set in what is it, like actually 1950s or some shit.
I've no idea
Shadows. And then it's like,
when that
now
is.
you have this weird fucking aesthetic on a couple of the shields throughout every other map except, what was it, like Gorod or some shit, where they changed them. I think Gorod had to change one for the sake of the dragon, and then another one had a different one. But again, it would never make sense to find these parts in any place, because at that point it's just for the sake of finding parts for the sake of building something, rather than it makes sense for these characters to be even trying to build a shield with like a car door and shit, and where you would find them in a place where it's actually civilization rather than facilities and shit. It's always those little things that always get those steps back where it just starts to put the holes in what people hold so highly with BO3, I feel like.
I always thought BO3 was boring, apart from Revelations.
And then BO4 does the same shit, but it, like, I don't want to say exaggerates it, but it highlights that more. It's like they wanted to change things for the perks so that there's no crutch perks, and it's like they kind of made progress, debatably so, but they also took like 15 steps back in all these different areas. And in some of those things, they didn't even have those changes until people asked for them, such as like Jug being completely gone, which then broke things in the near future when they had to.
But part of the marketing for fucking Cold War was Jugger's back. That's insane to me.
Or like, one of the real things that pissed me off with BO4, I think of all things, is like, for some reason they just wanted to get rid of like gobblegum type machines, and because of that, your entire inventory system, which is the D-pad, has now been replaced with said gobblegums, meaning that your only two other inventory slots, which is like your specialist and shield, specialists remain the same, shield had to be placed on a completely different button now, giving it not only like a really shitty random placement on the HUD and making the HUD even more clunkier for both the gobblegums and like addition of extra things, but then because you have to have the shield on a certain button, you can't have tactical grenades anymore. Therefore, you have to replace your your lethal grenades with tactical grenades, which like 90% of the times are always downgrade. At no point is a monkey bomb better than having a Wraithfire. Therefore, who the fuck would pick up monkey bombs if it's gonna replace your Wraithfire, especially when you can't purposely get your Wraithfires back at any point. You can't like go back to any part of the map to like grab your loadout based lethal.
Rev was your least favorite? I just feel like there's so much to do in Rev. My least favorite map in BO3 is Darrell's and Joke.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's one of my favorite, but it's also one of the ones that highlight my biggest issues with like the consistency thing, like the whole Blundell shit that I always say. So I always find it ironic. It's like one of my favorite maps from BO3, but it's also the main thing I can use for examples for what I find wrong with BO3.
I don't know what it is, I just can't get into that map. From the moment I stopped playing, I'm just really bored.
That's fair. I thought Revelations was a good map, and I still hate that people like. I still hate that people are now acting like Revelations is a bad map, and especially I hate that people are now acting like it was always a bad map, as if everyone wasn't like ejaculating in their pants when they were seeing all their favorite maps remastered and put into shit, and all this compilation and final fucking ending and big great war and finale closing a cycle.
Like, people were saying it was good at one point. I've always remembered that people hated it, and I
always
was like
remember
alone
everyone
in liking
talking
it.
so highly about it and loving like the remastered parts and all that shit. The only thing people started disliking Revelations, but the only thing people were disliking once it was actually coming around was when people were searching for the Easter egg steps, some of the stupid ass steps, and that's a completely fair thing. That was the main thing they would clown. Even when they were clowning Revelations, they were talking about the step, not the actual map.
I never do Easter eggs, so.
Yeah. But it was always like Revelations was always one that everyone nutted over. But then Chronicles came out, and I guess that's where like its entire novelty was stripped away from it, because it was like every map that everyone wanted remastered is now in a Chronicles remake, so now there's no reason to get hyped over Revelations having all that.
Right, Revelations feels like.
Crispy just referenced Donda too. Hopped at the Uber.
Oh no.
Next thing you know, I bought Uber.
You can't be referencing Kanye in my fucking chat, otherwise Lodge comes.
See, exactly. Like someone said the gravestone step was absolutely shit. Fair, exactly. I think one of the best criticisms against Revelations is shit talking the Easter egg.
Goofy ass steps.
I also don't think Revelations is an insane map, but I think it was a good map. And I hate when people pretend like they weren't busting a note over it at all times upon both its hype up and release.
I love Rev. The fucking visual element as well.
Remember the Easter egg being bad. They're like, now everyone's like, oh, the Easter egg was bad, and then that's the only thing they can ever shit talk about it. It's like that. That's the same reason why I hate when people were shitting on Die Rise for no reason. It was always Die Rise bad because take fall damage, and literally, like, there is no area where you're guaranteed to take fall damage except for like 2 places, and even then, you're never at any point threatened in your life. So what the fuck is your issue?
Skill issue, I fall off the map. Why is it when I run off the map, I die?
Or like people saying, I'm playing zombies, not a platformer. I don't want to jump between parts of the map and then risk my entire game off of it, but then immediately start jacking off to the one map in Infinite Warfare Zombies that did exactly that with constant platforming and shit. The fucking sewer kung fu map TMNT ripoff.
Do you want the maps to be like flat and have no like just boring circles still or something?
Design wise it was fun to play. I like the layout. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, is like Revelations was a great map in a lot of aspects. Like it's nothing to like be super hyped up and call it like your top 5 or even top 10 maps, but to act like it was not a good map or to act like it was dog shit is an extreme disservice to what it actually was. And the only reason why I find that a problem is only because people constantly shit on it now and act like it was never good. When the reality is I guarantee you could always look back into every single one of those types of people's past and see them busting a note over the fucking map.
Dude, I remember the first time I looked into Revelations. It was crazy. Giant fucking star, the polygon coming out.
Exactly. It's
sick
like
as
that,
fuck.
Dude. Like the first time you load in, you see the big fucking gummy worm dude come at you, roar at you, and you're scared shitless, and then he eats Pack-a-Punch in front of you, which is both impressive in general, like from like a background, like making the game standpoint, but also like sick as fuck seeing as a player.
You just want Nuke to number 694020 HD RK. R? I saw the number 8 and said R. RK remake. Yep.
Bruh. That there are no new wonder weapons, however the way they harmonized all maps together with the floating islands is masterclass in art design. I agree. I can agree with that too. I think the same gift that made Revelations so like nice is also part of what made it kind of bad. Like a lot of the negative things that can be said about it come from an excuse that derives from the positive. Like since the map was basically a giant compilation of remasters and basically bringing nostalgia to the players and like closing the cycle by bringing the entire cycle together into one area and having you relive everything until it ends right there. It's like that's a whole cool sick ass thing and everything. But it's also the very same reason why they didn't have a need to make cool wonder weapons, because they're already going to give you the Thunder Gun, the fucking Apothicon Servant, the Mark II, and what was the other thing they did? And like two other specialist weapons. It's like they can't give you everything and more, either because of laziness or just because they thought there'd be too much, and that's fair. But because of that, now there's no cool wonder weapons and super unique stuff that's immediately identified as a Revelations thing, because Revelations itself doesn't really have an identity. Revelations' entire identity is being everything else at once.
What part am I working on? I'm working on the Tunnels Underneath Farm, which is an expansion to Farm. I'll do a walkthrough of the game later on in the stream when I compile and build the map. How's development going? It's fucking going. We're making progress over time.
Toaster, I think that is unfair. By the way, I think the only thing that rings true for is like everything in the Dark Aether chapter of Zombies.
Yo, Jay, if you haven't hit like or subscribed, if you're new, do all that shit. I'm a YouTuber. Yep.
Yeah, and Rev looked fucking beautiful. Oh yeah, see, yeah, Toaster literally said what I said. I didn't even read that. With the biggest flaw thing. Yeah. That is. It's like, it's its greatest gift and its curse.
I think there's
Like,
two
it's-
maps in Zombies that give me like a grandiose feeling. It's Revelations and Origins, because Origins just has the giant as fuck robots.
What is, sorry? Say that again?
There's only two maps that really give me a grandiose feeling. That's Origins and Revelations. And for Origins, it's just because of the giant as fucking robots. You're so insignificant
Yeah.
compared to them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
And
that's
I
the
love
funny thing,
grandiose
too, is
feeling.
Origins, everyone always like talks about thinking Origins being like the biggest map or like such an extremely large map, and the reality is it's like I think like 6th the largest map in Zombies. Like TranZit is obviously the biggest even today. Literally almost. Oh no, not almost. Well, yeah, almost. In a couple months it'll be 10 years later. It is still the largest map in Zombies. Pretty
And
sure
it's getting
Revelations is
bigger.
bigger. I think every single BO3 map, I'm pretty sure is actually bigger than Origins. I can't remember. Well, except for the giant, obviously. But Origins got, you know, big robot. And then because there's so much detail inside, no one pays attention to the fact that everything directly outside the map, even like 2 inches outside of the barriers and shit, is like Nintendo DS quality of detail. Oh, flat, nothing ground. It's not even a harshest thing, Toaster.
Origins
like-
is an annoying setup. I don't know, bro. When I play zombies, I just shoot the zombies. I don't set up. Would there be anything grandiose
is
in
really
TranZit? The whole map is grandiose because it's just big.
True. Shadows is really condensed, but that doesn't mean it wasn't big. Like, it's massive, but every single part of the map is like an accessible area. Like, again, Origins felt so big because you're going across a large distance, but you're going across a large distance with like 2 feet on either side of you for like a single lane to run through. And you go across that entire path. Whereas Shadows of Evil, you have that exact same distance to be running, but at no point is there a part where you're like not allowed to go. You can always go in some part of the city, take some sort of tram, go on any sort of fucking catwalk, rooftop, jump spot, underground, teleport, anything like that. All of it is an accessible area. The only parts that aren't accessible is like literally the outside borders of the map. So it's like it's super condensed, but it still has all the same area, if not more. But like, yeah, Toaster, people still do kind of unnecessarily clown on certain maps, but like, there's still more variety with it. Like, as much as it's shit posted on, there's not really that many NPCs out there that are like Shadows and Darice and Drek are the only two good maps, and fuck you if you think otherwise. Like, there's still an entire community of Die Rise defenders. There's still an entire community of like people.
Die
that
Rise
love Call of the
defenders,
Dead. There's
rise
still people
up.
that love- There's still like people that love Call of the Dead. There's still people that love fucking Mob of the Dead, Blood of the Dead. There's still people that like really genuinely think Blood of the Dead is a great map. I think they're wrong, but fuck it, we ball. Like, the thing is though, is that that's actually something that people can debate in the community, which is why that's like a good thing. It's a healthy thing. If you're not constantly having debates in a community about like what people like the most and shit, then you did something wrong. If something is able to be definitively good or definitively bad, then you got some real problems. There's no such thing as a perfect game, and if everyone's saying your shit is perfect, there's a very good chance that it's not, and you just happen to find a really biased and blind community.
Oops. Ah,
Yeah, people
mesh,
shit on BO4.
mesh, ceiling
People
mesh.
shit on BO4, but I don't think it was harsh. I think BO4 deserved the right amount of hate it got for the right amount of time it got, and all the lingering hatred, even after all of its fixes, I think is still well deserved. If you have a shit game off rip, first impressions matter, and pretending like that's not a true phrase just because BO4 wasn't as bad after a while, like, that's just kind of goofy. I think BO4 has some pretty good things after replaying it. But all the stuff I criticized it for, I still stand by. But, like, and that's also coming from me, someone who thinks 𝐏𝐴 is the best Aether map in BO4, whereas everyone thinks it's, like, the worst, so, like... I'm not saying shit just to say it. But, like, again, at least people debate about BO4. It's not like every single person genuinely hates BO4. And unnecessarily so.
I always feel like I'm pretty alone in the position that I hate having no perk limit.
No, I agree with that too. I think some people kind of do as well, but they never think about it when they're actively like having no perk limit, just because, you know, fucking we ball. Especially since a lot of times the only time they experience no perk limit is in custom maps. So it's like they never really have the full grasp of, if you're actually playing zombies and you have no perk limit, it becomes a very stale and actually not good feature.
No.
The only time that was
Perks
experienced
lose meaning.
was Cold War, and I mean, has anyone ever genuinely talked highly about Cold War's perk system?
COD Zombies Reddit knows it
But all the
best.
Perks were back.
Damn straight, put it out. I've been saying this for years. Get all your opinions from the COD Zombies Reddit subreddit.
BO4 launch was the worst of zombies pre-Vanguard. True. Because, like, that's the thing, is people act like it was unnecessarily hated, but there's so many genuine negative things you can say about BO4, and, like, it's either in a debatable nature, or, like, it's completely undeniable that the thing was bad. But, like, it got exaggerated on launch by the fact that, on top of all those issues, the game itself physically could not even function. Or, like, there was a complete lack of communication and understanding between the game and the players on, like, for example, Classified, showing that you do have an Easter egg because of, like, an achievement, but the tracker shows that there's not one, or that there might be, but they can't show you anything about it up until any random high rounder would get to 115 randomly. Actually, it was 150, I think, but they patched it to 115 at launch, once it was discovered. And then you got to, like, if any random high rounder got to 115, then you got a random cutscene, and then it was finished. Which then further pissed people off, because what the fuck kind of expectation is that? And it was never legitimately found, because someone found out the way to get it, and then because of how bad the game was, you had to do a bunch of shit to, like, try and prevent it from killing itself as much as possible, while you're, like, sitting in a custom mutations lobby glitched to, like, shoot dogs the entire time through with your shield.
Bro, I can't select this volume decal. There we go.
Yeah.
You know, everyone talks about the crashes at the beginning of BO4. But, I don't know if it was on PC. Maybe it was console specific. But I, like, legitimately, when the game came out, I never crashed, like,
I also
ever.
I also didn't. And I was actually on, no, I was only on Xbox by that time. I was on Xbox One. And it never crashed for me.
Yeah, motherfuckers were out crashing like every 4 milliseconds.
Yeah. BO4 suits people that like mechanics-based games, in my opinion. Not really. I mean, yes and no. Again, like, it's not that the changes BO4 had were all terrible, but there's certain things that are just like, no matter what your preferences are, is not it. Like, first of all, aesthetically, when you have to clutter the HUD and then completely remap controls because a once genuinely good system for inventory and parts and weapon access and stuff like that has now been cluttered by a microtransaction-based consumable item, such as the gobblegums, all taking up the D-pad, making it to where your shield now has to replace your tactical button, and now your tactical button, or now you have no tactical grenades, and the only way you can get them is by replacing your lethals, and shit like that, as well as because everything is now completely taken up and unable to be budged, that means you can't have any cool weapon-specific changes with those types of buttons, like Origins with the stabs, where you could pull out the instant revive thing by pressing one of the D-pad buttons, or on PC, whatever the number pad would be. And you
Do you
would never
think-
be able to experience that in BO4 because they have no more buttons.
Do you think like your PS6, you know, fucking the bumper buttons underneath the controllers and modern ones, like Scuff? Do you think they'll ever become a genuine input, like first party?
It already is for Xbox.
Yeah, that's the Xbox
Well, it's not really
Elite.
a controller.
If that does, maybe fucking controllers can get some more fucking binds.
I don't know. My mindset is like, if you're somehow struggling to fit all of your features within a small amount of buttons, then you might have a problem that goes beyond the lack of buttons. Like, I think that says more about your issues as someone designing rather than the people that made the controller. Which, again, the jump from BO3 and how all the buttons worked compared to BO4 kind of shows that. Every game has the pros and cons. Exactly. Which is why I didn't get to actually say what I was going to say earlier to you, some text. where you
Chat,
were
by the way, I'm
saying
building the map to
their
Gongo.
opinions and stuff like that.
A tour, as you will.
So true, bestie. But where you were saying
TranZit may
people
come
have
to
their
COD
opinions,
mobile.
Like, true. But it's like, yeah, people have their own opinions and shit, but that's the whole reason why I say, like, welcoming debate is better than nothing. Because, sure, everyone has their opinions, but that's, like, as long as everyone recognizes that, then debating is healthier than anything.
The only thing I
Just because
dislike
you
is...
like Mob of the Dead and I don't, doesn't mean that we should just say agree to disagree and fuck off. Like, that there's no progress.
Yeah, the only thing I dislike is, like, groupthink. It's so prevalent. Especially, like, when you watch the groupthink change. It's like, well... Originally you said this, now you're saying this. Like, why are you saying it differently now? Just because everyone else is? Why are some people so incapable of just having their own opinion?
Yeah. That is kind of still a big problem with zombies. Like, people mostly have their own opinions, but then sometimes there's just something that completely overwrites everything. Which again is why TranZit and Die Rise were so hated for so long, until, again, a YouTuber came up and was being a Die Rise defender, which now allowed for people to defend Die Rise. And shit like that. What did Vessel say? I want to see. Wait.
No idea,
They
but I
said
found beer full.
take. Let me see.
Oh.
Oh, Dead of the Night better than Mob of the Dead? You're wrong.
But no, I agree with that. Me personally.
And cringe.
I have the most fun in BO4 as well.
Not gonna talk about Cold Warfare.
No.
Find BO4 the most fun to play. Yeah, like people will find BO4 fun to play. I also find BO4 fun to play. I don't think it's the most fun like you do, but I do think it's still a fun game to play.
Paper the Dead over Mob of the Dead. Facts.
But like they like I said, I think for me at least, BO4 had a lot of things that like it was like Death by a Million Cuts, where it's like technically speaking there was no super big issue, at least after all the like big problems from launch were fixed. Like there was no actual big problem with the game. Like some things you might disagree with, like the perk system. I personally didn't like how the perk system was done and how the mechanics were affected because of that and shit. But like it also didn't mean that I would absolutely hate my experience on BO4.
Oh, you've been now, Vessel.
I still used my experience and shit. Or I still used the perks and shit in the system, and it wasn't a big deal. But like when you had to combine all of the little tiny issues, it would just combine to like all these frustrations that would just eventually boil over.
Oh, stage, you might have some issues in your hippocampus.
Yeah, no stage, no offense if you still don't know Dyras's layout since the launch. Holy shit. That's gotta be a big... Dude, that's another thing actually. People talk about how shitty Dyras's layout is in terms of learning it. It's so fucking simple. You can only run one way. You can only go one fucking direction. There's only two places where you can get lost, and I totally agree that it is a goofy fucking thing that should have been changed in like a remaster or anything like that, which is that one random shitty cage maze where on the floor with the liquefier, and then the one random split off room that you would like walk like next to spawn, that you would get to either the Speed Cola or Who's Who elevator, whichever one it would be. And you would walk down to get towards the box, and then instead of walking the one direction to the right and be in that closed off room, you instead had to walk slightly further to the left and then literally ride an edge so that you could slide down. I think that was stupid in terms of layout. Like not that it was itself bad the way of getting there, but it could have been more easy to find and remember. Those are the only two parts I think suck dick though. But both of those things are like out of the way things. Actually no, the cage maze was not.
Place the cornfields with Verrucht. I'll just, yep, temple will rift it in.
So true. Am I the only one who doesn't like 𝐏𝐻𝐿 that much? I wasn't too big of a fan of it. I think it looks awesome. I think it looks fucking great. I didn't really care much for actually playing it though. Visually though, it's so fucking beautiful. It's like you can't say that it doesn't look too like that fucking good. Like it looks fucking sick. But aside from that, personally, I didn't like playing it. I do see where people like it though. BO4 came out at the wrong time. It came out after BO3, which made the community have high hopes for it.
What?
No, I don't think that's a fair thing to say.
I'm leaving. See ya.
See you.
See you later, game.
10 days.
Everyone say biological. Oh, he's already gone.
Everyone say biological for 10 days. Can we get some motherfucking celebration emojis? Lodge is gone for 10 days. Let's go.
But I think saying BO4 came out at the wrong time is nothing more than a lazy excuse. Saying TranZit came out at the wrong time is a fair thing, because it literally did. It was too ambitious for the hardware of its time. And for how much time they would have to work on it. But saying BO4 came out at a wrong time just because it was coming after BO3 is the wrong thing to say. Because BO4, because that's all that's saying is that BO4 failed to meet the expectations that BO3 set up. Which, whether or not you think the expectations were too high, I guess doesn't really matter. I think they weren't too high. I mean, obviously, if you pop off with a sick-ass game as BO3, like, you should expect people to have high hopes and high expectations. And if you fall short, like, that's a big fucking problem. So I don't think saying that it came out at the wrong time isn't fair. Because again, it's not like BO4, it's not like anything that people shit on about BO4 even comes down to them having high hopes for it. Like, no one is saying the perk system in BO4 was bad because the perk system in BO3 or any zombies beforehand was flawless. But to make such a crazy change and such fucking whiplash for a reasoning that it didn't even fix, or for a problem that it didn't even fix, and then, like I said, death by 1,000 paper cuts with all the other things surrounding it,
That's a problem.
suddenly that really highlights the issue of the perk system.
Chat, I'm muting my mic because I'm gonna go loud.
Oh yeah, because he's about to launch. Man, I gotta scroll down. I thought Chaos Story was pretty good. It didn't have a chance to start up though. I think you guys right now saying Chaos Story L should reevaluate your life decisions. Yeah, you could just not like Die Rise. I mean, I think a lot of the people that hate Die Rise don't have an actual reason to hate it. I've yet to actually have a conversation with people that say they dislike Die Rise and then actually give a good reason for it, aside from parroting what like two bigger YouTubers said, which I've said multiple times before. I went out of my way to get the statistics and test myself before saying anything to show that what they were saying is completely fucking like pointless and not at all an actual issue. But to not like Die Rise is still a completely fair thing. Just at least have a reason behind it. Even if it's as simple as acknowledging that there's no real reason and it's just as simple as I don't really like it, that's still fine. It's the same thing with me in certain Chaos maps. Like, I didn't like Dead of the Night even though everyone thought so highly of it. But it was just as simple as I didn't really like
A big thing for me, I've realized, is sound design in a map. Fucking, like, you load into fucking Ancient Evil or 9 or Dead of the Night. There's just so much sound design happening. And then you load into any Cold War map. And it's just silent. There's no sound happening. That sucks. Speaking of which, I just got a fucking mad sound system. And my god, is Modern Warfare 2019 good for surround sound, guys? Fucking me. That shit's mastered exquisitely. 7.2. Giving Rustman massive muscles when? They are massive. At least compared to yours. Looks 5, okay, let's go. This is actually looking wet.
Super moist.
I do have my render resolution on high.
Like a fucking idiot. Vessel said, I mean, when it was first released, no one liked it because they tried something new, which the COD community always asked for, but the COD community is the first to complain when they try something new. Yes and no. Again, BO4, no one shit on those things that they changed simply because they changed. They shit on those things that changed because they were bad changes. Or if they were, like, debatable between whether or not they were a good or bad change. Again, like the perk system. That ultimately comes down to personal preference, or what they would have envisioned differently. But the idea of them shitting on it because they tried something new isn't the case. They didn't shit on BO4 because it tried something different with the perk system. They didn't like it. They didn't like it because the perk system they did and what they indirectly affected the other mechanics by doing, such as pack-a-punching, like, or needing to spend, what was it, 50,000 or 30,000 on Pack-a-Punch, just to get the equivalent of Pack-a-Punch with double tap without the faster fire rate.
It's like that now in Cold War. As
And
well.
then,
This is Shinonuma.
yeah, but the difference is with Cold War is that each Pack-a-Punch tier that you're spending all that money on is actually increasing it in each increment, and you're going beyond just double tap plus Pack-a-Punch. And you have weapon tiers on top of that. Whereas in BO4, it was literally like,
The before I could never feel the difference. I like it,
yeah,
whether it's once or 4 times.
yeah. You would never be able to tell the difference between each amount of Pack-a-Punch, and at the max Pack-a-Punch, you're spending 30,000 just to get the equivalent of a 5,000 Pack-a-Punch, and then a 2,000 double tap purchase. Which double tap would have given you more than just the damage on top of that, aka the fire rate.
Namen Riddle, there is no idea.
The 7,000.
Darius over 5 AC. I mean, in raw map, if Darius was in Cold War, I think I'd like it a lot, actually.
Yard. But again, like that Pack-a-Punch change only happened because they didn't want double tap to be in there, because they didn't want quote-unquote crutch perks. And therefore their solution was removing double tap and then putting it somewhere else to pad out purchases and shit like that, to make it seem like there was more being done, but the reality is nothing changed. You just had to spend more money, annoyingly, at a location for Pack-a-Punch. Or with Speed Cola, it initially was never even going to be in the game, but then they changed it to where every single perk modifier, by having all 4 perks, you then got a version of Speed Cola, which wasn't even Speed Cola. I mean, it was, but it was like a watered down Speed Cola, where it didn't actually increase your reload speed as fast as the original Speed Cola. And you didn't get the rebuild barrier faster thing, which again, small thing that no one would care about, but...
Well, I changed the electric cherry to the Cold War one. So what Cold War are you playing? Where there's a Cold War electric cherry?
Fuck, what is it? Which one is it? There's a perk in Cold War. There, one of the tiers is electric cherry. I forget what it is though.
Yeah, but he's saying the model. I think?
Oh, I don't know.
Like this... It's custom?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, we changed the electric cherry to the Cold War one. Yeah, Cold War doesn't have electric cherry, does it?
No.
Elemental pop? Perhaps.
Yeah, there'll be elemental pop in this.
I guess.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I can't just put electric cherry features in that.
And then again with Jug, there was no Jug because they didn't want that shit. And instead of having any other area where you can increase
Dying
health,
Wish.
they instead just made it to where you never got increased health.
I'm gonna make these all
Which is
Umbra targets
probably
again.
why Dying Wish existed, but then, as cool as Dying Wish was, it proved like it was basically just bringing the problem back. They replaced the crutch perk of Jug with the crutch perk of Dying Wish. And no one can tell me that Dying Wish wasn't a crutch perk. That shit.
What as well as a joke? It's pretty good modifier.
What is?
Wins as well.
Oh.
Loading screen! It's got
Yeah,
on.
I never liked Winter's Whale. Even as its modifier.
I love
don't know
Wood as
what
one.
it is.
Bring back Wood as one, boys.
I don't know what it was, but it was just it was weird. It felt different, but not in a good way.
The one from Devrod on Devrod.net. On Devrod.net, the site. Anyone can visit Devrod.net. I'll take a look.
I think I know what one he's talking about. I saw that on a map recently. I thought that was like a really goofy looking electric cherry.
Yeah. Wood as well as
I
Wood as
really
one,
didn't
but
like it.
worse, yeah. I mean, does Wood as one take a hit per grenade? Like you don't actually take damage?
I think it's decreased damage. Basically, when you get hit, you like get the indicators if you got hit, but you got hit with like so little damage that it doesn't
Yeah.
actually affect you. Whereas,
In
with Winter's
Cold
Wheel,
War.
you have to first take the hit,
Yeah.
and then you get hit a second time, taking full damage for both, and then it freezes them. And then I don't know if I'm like remembering things wrong or like if I'm just fucking gaslighting myself entirely. But I swear Winter's Whale like didn't fully freeze things. Especially if they were anything other than a normal zombie. And another thing about BO4 actually that I do hate, which again, part of the problem is just how they had to deal with inventory and lack of buttons and shit like that, because again, a lot of the changes they did really bloated a lot of shit. But like everything, there was so much shit related to cooldowns. There was so much cooldown related shit. You like perks had cooldowns, elixirs had cooldowns, fucking guns had cooldowns, your grenades have cooldowns.
Really did actually have that.
So much so that there was a gobble gum and a perk in relation to cooldowns. They like fully created a cooldown problem so that they could make perks for that. Like, I think that was the goofiest shit. Like, Winter's Whale should have never had a need for cooldowns in its own individual inventory. I think balancing it by having it dependent on how many grenades you have and shit would have been perfectly fine.
So what you're saying is, just have it as good as one.
Yeah, but they couldn't do that because the only grenades you have, first off, also have a cooldown on them. But secondly, you only had lethals. And they couldn't replace your grenades or anything like that. And if they did use just your normal grenades or whatever you have in its place, that would also suck, because if you take a fucking monkey bomb, then you would no longer have fucking monkey bombs because you got hit a couple times and it put out a fucking ice blast, and it was gonna just be awful.
This one would be cool if it didn't replace your grenade, it instead just used it. So whatever you had. Whether it's a Molotov grenade or gas grenade or whatever.
Yeah, but I also really like the Widow's grenades.
Yeah, but I feel like that restricts it.
It kind of did, but like...
How am I playing as Santa Claus?
I feel like...
Just,
Who knows? But I feel like that's a valid thing to have as a trade-off, though. Like, you already get webbing with melee and replenishable grenades and shit like that, as well as again, the webbing effect if you get hit and shit like that. And the trade-off is, instead of having normal grenades, you instead replace them with a Semtex that still webs them and damages them as such, which when they're webbed, they also have an increased chance of dropping more grenades for you to pick up. Like, I think that's a pretty solid trade-off. Like, if you're gonna have a perk that alters your playstyle that much, you might as well have it alter your playstyle.
Non-specific made that electric cherry model. I'll take a look at it. I do have the double tap. It's up here. I've not set up any lighting for it, so just pretend it's like, oh, we're emitting light. Craziness. It's got
Grenades don't
ducks.
really have cooldowns, they just regenerate, but they suck. Well, yeah, that's still a cooldown. That's still the point I would get.
Were
at,
there
though,
dogs
is that it's still a
in
cooldown.
BO2 Origins? No.
No, Origins didn't have dogs. What was the other map that didn't have dogs? Like a dog round.
Buried?
There was another one in BO2. No, Buried had the witches. No, they didn't. Buried didn't have the witches. That
Yeah,
was
that's
only
just
when
in
you were
the
mansion.
yeah.
Maybe it was Buried.
TranZit.
TranZit. Yeah, TranZit didn't have it.
Mob of the
didn't have
Dead?
it. Mob also didn't.
So, Darius is the only one that has it.
Die-Rise is the only one that has it. Yep. Right? Yeah. Yeah? Wait,
Dunno.
I'm trying to think.
Chloe.
I believe so. Chloe's back. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm so happy.
I'm gonna go check Chloe's here. Chloe's here.
Was it cooldown? They wouldn't let you use your existing grenade for X amount of time, but they regenerate, giving you grenades that you never had. Yeah, but again, like, I think that was simultaneously, like, again, this is the thing with BO4 where, like, at this point, it's like a debate thing where it's just like, I don't think it was all bad. Like, that grenade thing, I don't think it was bad. I think having the grenades regenerate like that is actually a pretty cool feature to have.
Non-animated
Instead of
skybox.
exclusively
What's
getting
going on,
them from
Kravis?
max ammos and just being auto-gifted 2 grenades. when the round flips. But when you combine that with every other aspect of BO4 having a cooldown, it kind of sucks dick. I love dogs. Thank you, Chloe, for showing the dogs.
I'm babe 5 of them are dog sitting. Virgo said don't sit on them though. So.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Oh, that would be kind of fucked up.
So this is Obi-Wan. This is Lola. Don't look at my feet, Kanto. Okay. This one is
Kanto,
Linus.
delete that screenshot.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Kanto.
Fuck. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, this guy.
This is Chuck, and guess what? They like to go and they swim in the pool. And then Noah said that Lola will try to drown them, so I have to watch over.
Oh my god.
Alright.
They're all so cute.
Obi-Wan, yeah.
Alright. Yeah, they're cool. Zoe would eat all these dogs.
BO2 did have dogs in
Joey
town?
loved playing with them.
Wait, did Town Survival have dogs?
Any of the survivals could have had dogs, I'm pretty sure, because you could flip on hellhounds.
This one is my...
True, I do remember that sitting there.
This
I do
dog
remember
is
that,
love of my life.
I wasn't counting that because that's not really a map. What is with their eyelashes?
That's just his, like, natural
They're
lashes,
the
bro.
baddest bitch.
It's a he. He's Cole. He's a cross-dressing dog.
That's epic. I never said it was a she, though. I just said that they were the baddest bitch, so...
That's true.
How dare you try to misrepresent me as someone that would misgender a dog?
And then Noah was like...
Play
he's
guns.
Like, white claws, goldfish, and Cheez-Its.
Kanto kinda quiet, tell me about it.
Cool. Alright.
Bruh. Yeah, Town Survival, there was an option just like turning on headshots only in Magic. On and off, there was Hellhounds option. But I think it was only Town, right? Was it? Yeah, it was only Town. Unless, again, I'm gaslighting myself. Who fucking knows? But again,
You know
I'm
who's
not
a
counting those
gaslighter?
because those are just parts of TranZit. What?
I said, you know who's a gaslighter? And then I was gonna say Virgo.
Oh.
But I
That's
forgot my story to
actually
go
true.
along with it.
Mystery box.
Oh my god, they started.
I'm literally
Chat, I need to
like, I don't
build
know how I'm quiet.
all of Dino. Right there. And then all of the cornfield right here.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Loading screen is that there was never any dog rounds in any map. We were just realizing that Die Rise is the only one to have a dog round, and it's not even dogs, it's the jumping jacks. Which now, remembering that full context, makes it even funnier to me that people shit on the dog round for Die Rise.
Loading screen.
That shit pissed me off, dude. That's one of the other things that fucking pisses me off. They're like, oh, they just reused the Nova 6 crawler, so it's not really that cool. When like the only other type of dog round before
Oh my god.
fucking Hellhounds reused constantly. Not to mention that the fucking jumping jacks was actually like a unique way of taking dog rounds by turning it into an accuracy test and allowing you to get a free perk with 100% accuracy. But now remembering that there wasn't even any other dog rounds on any of the other fucking maps. How can you ever fucking clown on jumping jacks? They were the only dog round to even get. Bitch.
Bitch.
It was all Green Run Survival. See, I thought it was something like that. I thought it was on more than just Town, but I was also thinking they didn't exist in Buried as an option.
Loading screen,
like
are you in
Die Rise.
Virgo's Discord?
Buried doesn't have a survival version, does it? It just has the turn thing.
Yeah, they only have Grief, I think. Do they have Turn in Buried? I think they only have Grief, don't they?
I thought they only had turns.
Diner. I'm pretty sure Diner's the only one that has turned.
I thought that was added retroactively.
No, Turned was a Diner. Turned was added as an extra, like a DLC mode, but it was only for Diner, and that's only because it was supposed to be there at launch, but they didn't
Awesome
finish
people.
It.
Oh my
But,
god, man, God
yeah,
again.
Turned was only Diner, I thought, because Grief is on every other map. But
Chat,
Diner
what?
had the Turn exclusive, wasn't it? Or am I on crack? Listen, guys, it's been 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
I do think standard boss zombie rounds are better than special rounds. I mean, listen, I think it's cool to have those different types of rounds. Like,
Wait, do I have this loaded?
I think it's like a goofy thing to shit on the identity of a map for having like the lack of an identity or by reusing the identity of other things. But then simultaneously like clowning the map for trying to do anything different. Like when Die Rise completely changes how the dog round
Think
works,
Deja Vu, what's going on?
and actually in what I think is a cool way.
Would there not be
Shit on just because of
legal issues? What? No. It's a community map. There's tons of remakes already out. And Activision is very aware of everything we do. And they've not said anything, so...
I mean, even if they did, they literally couldn't do anything.
You literally couldn't do mustard.
It's the same thing as like if I were to completely remake an exact one-to-one COD Zombies mode and map. Like everything was exact copy and pasted, even ripping the assets from like the games, or maybe just straight up making my own that look exactly the same. But as long as I'm not selling it, there's not much they can do. I could even make a YouTube video about it and indirectly monetize it from doing so. But I can't sell the actual product as a product.
Okay.
So like even if there was something they could say about it, which they can't because obviously they don't give a fuck. They wouldn't give us mod tools if if you weren't allowed. They wouldn't be able to do shit. Ow!
Tracer rounds, shit. Turns is on Diner and Buried. Griff is on Town, Farm, Depot, Buried, and Mob. And Nuketown.
I had to go to your socials and then go to your link tree and then copy and paste your Discord link there. Because I did the little Discord thing and it wasn't working.
Damn.
Oh, we've all got different links.
Well,
Yeah, chat, join the
that's
Discord
one
if you've
from your
not
link tree.
joined the Discord. No, this is the one I'm
Some
putting.
Panzer rounds for dog rounds. Ah, fair.
Aether Collapse
realized that's
Showcase?
what you
I don't have it loaded. I've only got the Blast Furnace and the Dead Wire. And I've not updated Dead Wire. It's the thing is way too big still. Also the lights are too dim, it looks like. At least compared to Blast Furnace.
Turned is on Buried. I remember now.
Oh, now when he says it.
No. I was gonna say I thought it was on Buried, but I was also thinking where the fuck would Turn be on Buried? And then I remembered you get locked into that down central area. Like you can't
This
go into
dog's
the
trying to
mansion
make out
and
with me.
you don't have the drop or anything like that. Hot? I mean what?
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 He's talking about the
This dog's
temperature
trying to
of
make
Buried.
out with me. He went on
Which
my
now is
lap.
that dog right now?
He's trying to kiss me.
Kinda
You could be
cringe,
this dog
actually.
right now, baby.
Whoa!
Right? Is that Boris in the chat? It's Tuesday, isn't it, bro?
Speaking of dogs, hey Boris.
Tuesday.
Have you added the milestone thing yet every 5 rounds? I've made it. It's all set up. And it's in Bus Depot right now. I just haven't loaded it into this version. Damn, Blast Furnace do be bright.
Big Town rematch with the lava, but that's all. Floor is lava, let's go. What was I about to say? Who was it? Toaster? It was. Oh yeah, I didn't realize that's what you meant by like the boss rounds over dog rounds. I can understand that. I'm a bit 50-50 on it. I think it just depends on the map rather than anything else. I think some rounds would benefit more from dog rounds than boss rounds.
Sometimes when it would be cool when it's done. It's just so much placing wood, man.
You can't set the wood on fire with that gun. I'm kind of sad.
I hate you.
No, you don't.
I'm buried. Its main area.
Yeah.
The mystery box.
Yeah, you're not. There's a lot of the places that are completely blocked off. Like I think every barrier that Leroy can open stays blocked, except for the thing linking the church / mansion area with the main mystery box side. But like you can't enter the church, you can't enter the other thing, you can't enter the saloon, you can't enter the mansion. You're basically just stuck in the outside areas. You can't be in any of the buildings and shit. And I remember that because I would camp out in front of like the church or some shit. Are those disco lights? What the fuck is this area?
Not sure about the area.
This
I
is
haven't
my
seen
favorite
any of this
area.
yet. I was gone for like 1 or 2 streams, so I didn't get to see any of this shit being mentioned.
Whoa, this is the tunnel.
I don't know where you are. What's the tunnel?
This is some shit straight out of like liminal spaces.
Fricko's obsessed with liminal.
No, I actually hate it.
No, you actually love it. How are you not dead exhausted, Virgo?
I'm dead exhausted. Dead exhausted. So glad you brought that up, guys. This has
You're
been an amazing
You're
stream.
so exotic.
I've been awake for too long, so I'm actually gonna go sleep. This stream was going until I died. And I'm not dying.
Everyone, give Virgo his good night
Yeah,
kisses.
good night, chat.
Good night, Virgo.
Good night, Virgo.
I'll be streaming next weekend. On the weekends, as per usual. Dev updates will be coming back once I make them.
Wow.
So, when's that? That's awesome. Question, man. Glad you asked. Good night, everyone. See you next
night,
weekend.
everyone.
I hope you have a week, one of the most weeks of all time.
Have an amazing week, because you deserve it.
Voided,
Unless Vanguard's your favorite card.
Vortex,
Don't.
Potato Boy, Toaster, LDX, 4080. Now you got the 4080 already? What the hell? Alright. See ya.